Tonight is a live look at wet Kenneth Hall Stadium in Missouri City, Texas. From the Legacy Sports Network, welcome to Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center. Tonight it's the opener to District 23-5A as the Elkins Knights take on the Clements Rangers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you. Along with Brent Moody and Terrell Branch, I'm Michael Silvers. Delighted to have you with us. The Elkins Knights lost their first two games here in the 2012 season, but they got their first win last Thursday in their final non-district tune-up by defeating the Westbury Rebels 33-20. And in that game, Brent Moody, sophomore quarterback Jonathan Giles accounted for all 5 of the Knights' touchdowns.
Yeah, he's having an outstanding season so far. He's responsible for 7 of the 9 touchdowns in the first 3 games, and he's just going to have a field day in this game against Clements' defense. They're giving up 403 yards a game. Kid's just going to have an awesome day.
The Clements Rangers are also 1-2, but they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this district opener, and Jarrell, tonight they'll lean heavily on their senior running back, DeMarcus Cobb.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cobb has been very solid for them. Clements really doesn't have any balance right now. They're basically leaning on DeMarcus to carry most of the load for the team. So it's going to be interesting to see how he can prevail against this good, strong Elkins defense.
When we return, we go down to the field to check in with Roger Smith, the 4th member of our team. He'll be standing by with the head coach of the Elkins Knights, Dennis Brantley. All that and more straight ahead as we continue on Fox Sports Southwest.
You a fanatic? Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
We're back on the McDonald's pregame show on FoxSportsSouthwest.com, and we're with Keith Knowles of the Clements Rangers, and we have a little bit of a weather delay, but evidently it's not getting your kids too tight because the locker room door opened and I heard lots of laughter. What's going on in there?
We're just trying to relax. You know, it's a game when it all comes down to it, and we're going to have fun regardless.
Well, this is going to be the first 23-5A game. Everybody except you and your opponent tonight, Elkins, has played a game. What is going to be different, if anything, about the way you play this one compared to your pre-district games?
We tried some things during pre-district to see if we were ready for district, and so now it's we think we've learned a little bit from what we've done earlier, and so now it's just fine-tuning things.
I know you depend a lot on DeMarcus Cobb. He's got a great per carry average. He's been very productive already. What is it about him that makes him the guy that should get the ball most of the time?
He's a kid that, as he's gone through our program, the more responsibility that we've put on him, the better he's performed, and that's what you want with your seniors.
You're in your 5th year as the head coach at Clements, and before that you ran the defense, and I know that you know defense. So what does Elkins do on defense that makes them hard to attack?
They don't stay on blocks long. And football, and in order to do that, we've got to stay on our blocks for a while, and with their athleticism, it makes it hard for us to stick with them.
All right, Coach, good luck with the weather problems. Have a good game.
Appreciate it.
And we'll be back with more on the McDonald's pregame show. This is FoxSportsSouthwest.com, and we'll be right back.
Coffee. Made with 100% Arabica beans, just the right amount of cream and served over ice. It's the perfect match. Enjoy McCafe iced coffee with a touch of your favorite flavor. Or for an icy blended treat, try McCafe Frappe, the simple joy of a refreshing start.
We're back on the McDonald's pregame show with Elkins Knights coach Dennis Brantley, and you know, weather is hard to contend with. Sometimes it changes the conditions and what kind of plays you're going to call. What do you do when you have to sit through a delay like this when an athlete has a body clock?
The biggest thing, just keep them focused. This is one of the times we turn on a little music, to just kind of keep their mind from wandering.
Yeah, we opened the door of the Clements team and heard a lot of laughing. I guess they're telling jokes and y'all are making your moves to the music, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Well, Jonathan Giles is having a good year, maybe not a prolific year with the big numbers, but he's doing what coaches love, and that is taking care of the football. 6 touchdown passes, only 2 picks. What is it that makes him the guy you like at the controls?
Well, first of all, he's a sophomore, so the way he's protecting the ball says a whole lot about his character. You know, he's a very disciplined kid. You can count him in the classroom, you can count him on the hallways, you can count him in the community, and everything he's doing on the football field is no surprise to me.
So when we look at pre-district schedules, I think a lot of coaches, they approach them very differently. I think what you shared with me earlier is that you kind of treat it like an NFL season game.
Yes.
You don't open up the whole playbook. What's the rationale behind the way you approach the pre-district games?
Well, no matter what, you always want to win every game, but at the same time, you don't want to win those preseason games at the cost of someone getting hurt. My feeling is the ones that count is district play, and district determine whether or not you go to the playoffs. And that was our ultimate goal, is to go to the playoffs or win district, 1 of the 2.
Well, you and the Clements Rangers are the only 2 teams that have not played their District 23 5A opener. Is that something you prefer, to wait until everybody's played one, or what do you think about that?
It doesn't matter either way. You know, I'm just thankful to be able to play today. That's the most important thing for us, is let's get this game going and let's have some fun.
Let's knock on wood, and hopefully we'll get to play soon.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Coach Brantley. Good luck to you and your Knights tonight.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more on the McDonald's pregame show, and you're watching FoxSportsSouthwest.com. We'll be right back.
Coffee. Made with 100% Arabica beans, just the right amount of cream, and served over ice. It's the perfect match. Enjoy McCafe iced coffee with a touch of your favorite flavor. Or for an icy blended treat, try McCafe Frappe, the simple joy of a refreshing start.
Welcome back to Hall Stadium here in Missouri City. Captains are going to be meeting at midfield, and we'll figure out just who will be kicking off and who will receive. This game just about to start an hour late from the original schedule due to the weather in and around the greater Houston area. 75 degrees with winds blowing from south to southeast at 10 miles per hour, 94% humidity. Time now for our keys to victory. Brent Moody, I'll start with you.
Well, for Clements to be in this ball game, their defense is going to have to play better than they've played so far this season. They can do so by controlling the time of possession and controlling the line of scrimmage.
Andrew Rowe for the Elkins Knights.
Yeah, well, Elkins, they just need to continue to do what they're doing. They can dominate at the line of scrimmage. If they can do that throughout the game, they'll win.
Weather drove a lot of the attendants here at Hall Stadium back to their cars and perhaps back to their homes. So we welcome those of you tuning us in from home or on your mobile devices here on FoxSportsSouthwest.com and on FoxSportsHouston.com. Elkins will kick it off, and Clements will receive here on the opening kickoff. Both teams are 1-2 after non-district. Elkins' lone win came last week against Westbury. Before that, losses to Dayton and Lamar. Clements had one win sandwiched between 2 losses. They opened up with a loss to Pasadena Memorial, defeated Westside by 6, and are coming in off a 37-7 defeat at the hands of Lamar Consolidated. Brandon May to kick it off. High pooch kick. Clements will go with the wind to their back. It is fielded by an up man, Scott Samsell, straight ahead across the 40, out to the 46-yard line. And we'll take a look at the Clements Rangers starting offense, brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. They're led out by their sophomore quarterback, Colt Harfield, 20 of 49 this season for 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, completing just over 40% of his passes this season. The offensive coordinator for Clements is Kevin Bird. Up front, Slater, Eliwat, Bain, Lambert, and Goldberg. Flolid is the receiver along with Michael Wang, and Zach Moya is the tight end. This is a Clements offense averaging 269.67 yards through 3 games, and they begin on the ground with DeMarcus Cobb, and Cobb will pick his way through traffic for 6 yards. A look at the Elkins defense. Okiki, Hallis, Imari up front, and the linebacking core, McDaniel, Idi Amin, Bowden, and Renchi. In the secondary, Story, Pierre, Ardoin, and Glover. This Elkins defense under defensive coordinator Alvin Dotson allowing a very stingy 171 yards per game in non-district. 2nd down and 4. Back on the ground to Cobb. Cobb will lean forward and get a Clements first down on a gain of 5.
See, those are 2 good solid plays right there where he's able to get 5 yards almost each carry. If Clements can continue to do that and keep their offense on the field, it'll be a good night for them.
Cobb came in with 76 rushes for 292 yards and 5 touchdowns, averaging just under 4 yards a carry. So in 2 rushes, he's right around his average. 1st and 10 from the Elkins 42. Harfield gives it again to Cobb, left side. Picks his way down to the 34-yard line for a gain of 8. 3 rushes, 19 yards so far in this series for the senior running back, DeMarcus Cobb.
The Rangers are doing a good job up front right now. They're coming off the ball hard, and they're continuing to stay on their block. And that's something that Coach said at the beginning of the game, is that this offensive line will need to stay on their blocks if they're going to be able to beat Elkins tonight.
Very patient running job there by DeMarcus Cobb. Just waited for a hole to develop and exploded through it. Picked up 8 yards on the carry.
2nd down and 2. 3 receivers in the lineup, and in motion is Trevor Moore. He gives it to him, does Harfield on the jet sweep. He'll get another first down for the Rangers. Pulled out of bounds by Darren Ardoin, junior safety. So a 6-yard run and another Clements first down.
I mean, just one thing I'm seeing right now, they're just being very consistent as far as getting off the line, getting on their blocks. He had a good block around the corner that sprung him for that first down.
This is a Ranger team that last year averaged under 245 yards of offense. And we have an early timeout taken by the Rangers with 10-11 to play in the first quarter. We're just getting underway from Hall Stadium here on Fox Sports Southwest.
Hey, big dog. Listen, son, your 20s, gosh, they could be such a magical time.
Wait, what? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Kevin.
Keisha, you made my car insurance super easy to understand. What are they talking about?
They're kicking you out.
What?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a walk-in closet.
Hey, but I just graduated.
A dojo. Oh! Son.
Gross.
I'll help you pack.
Agents make insurance easier. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Just underway here from Hall Stadium, District 23 5A opener for both Clements and Elkins. Both teams 1-2. First possession of tonight's game belonging to the Rangers, and they are driving 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage from the Elkins 27-yard line. Bottom of your screen split out, junior Scott Flolid.
Kind of surprised they took an early timeout there. They had so much momentum going.
Cobb the lone setback. Harfield gives to Cobb. Cobb trying to follow blocks. Takes it inside the 25 down to the 23 for a 4-yard pickup. Cobb had just 35 yards on 17 carries 2 weeks ago in the loss 37-7 to Lamar Consolidated. As a team, Clements picked up 252 yards of total offense. Colt Harfield, the quarterback, threw for 156 yards and a touchdown. Completed 55% of his passes in that game, his best output of the season through his first 3 games. And on 2nd down, he'll play fake. Screen pass, left side complete, but for minimal yardage, maybe just right back to the line of scrimmage. As that pass was hauled in by Michael Henderson, the fullback, for no gain.
Yeah, Henderson kind of bobbled that one. Had to secure it, and then the time it took him to secure it, the defense was over there to bring him down for no gain. First 3rd down of the possession for Clements.
Three in the backfield, 2 tight ends in the lineup. 9 minutes to go here in the first. On the ground to Cobb. Cobb picking his way through traffic and will lean down inside the 20. Knight swarmed to him, leading the way. Cornerback Dadrin Story.
The Rangers are doing a great job getting off the ball, doing some great job sealing. And Cobb's just running hard. He ran into a wall of Knights over there.
And also did a great job of getting away with a block in the back on that last play.
That brings up a 4th down and about a yard, just inside the 19-yard line.
That looks like a bad spot. I at least thought he got closer than that.
Yeah, it looked like he got down to the 18.
Hartfield hands to Cobb, left side with first down yardage and more. Down the sideline, touchdown. 18 yards, DeMarcus Cobb scores his 6th touchdown of the season.
That was just a well set up play, and it's something that I saw earlier. Cobb has the bounce to the outside. As he hits it and approaches the line, he sees it and then just sneaks right outside, and his receivers did a great job of blocking out there and able to get some Elkins people to run into themselves.
Blake Thompson out to tack on the extra point. The kick is on its way, and it is drilled. 8:11 to play in the first quarter. Clements strikes first. They lead 7-0.
We're here at Walmart with the Burtons who love movies. Let me show you something new. Come on. Walmart can now convert your favorite DVDs from disc to digital, so you can watch them on your laptop, tablet, phone, anytime, anywhere. Cool, huh? Yeah. What'd you guys think that it would cost?
I thought it'd be around $10.
It's only $2 per disc.
That's a great price.
Bring in your favorite DVDs, see for yourself. That's the Walmart Entertainment Disc to Digital service. Visit the Photo Center at your local Walmart to get started. That's my favorite part.
$8:11 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 Clements. Here's how they did it. Our first drive summary.
18-yard touchdown run by DeMarcus Cobb caps off a drive of 8 plays, 53 yards, 3 minutes and 49 seconds off the clock. Extra point attempt by Thompson was good. That score coming with 8:11 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Clements on top of Elkins.
Pooch kick executed by Thompson. And a fair catch is called for by Elkins, and they will begin on the 25-yard line. Let's take a look at their McDonald's starting lineups. Elkins offense under the coordination of Leroy Truitt. Jonathan Giles is the sophomore quarterback, 41 of 81, 407 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, over 50% completions this season. Up front, Scott, Colasante, Wilkins, Nunez, and Irving. The receivers are Moore, Kitsey, and Frank, and Korshidpa. Timothy Jackson is the running back. The Knights will begin on their own 25 shotgun, and on the zone read, handoff to Jackson, and he is stuck after a 2-yard pickup. As we take a look now at the defense of the Clements Rangers, the defensive coordinator is Ben Duhan. Nort, Carruthers, Willis bobbing along the defensive line. Holmes, Haddon, and Samwell in the linebacking core. Duncan and Moore are the cornerbacks, Chapline and Mercer the safeties. 2-yard pickup for Timothy Jackson. As you can definitely hear the wind blowing south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. On second down and 8, Giles throws left, complete. First down and more, depth to about the 38-yard line. Pass complete to Jamon Moore, 12th catch of the season. Out to the 38-yard line. So Giles on the pass, he throws to the right side, and that one, oh, what a great defensive play by Trevor Moore, the cornerback. On the pass, intended for Darvin Kitsey.
Great job breaking on that pass by the defensive back to get in there and slap it away, bring up a 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10 from the 38-yard line. 3 receivers in the lineup. Bottom of your screen is Kitsey. Kitsey committed to North Texas back in June. Play clock down to 10 on second down and 10 for the Knights. And they bring motion. Flag is on the play. And the pitch goes to Korshidpa. He'll get a yard to about the 40, maybe just the 39. But the penalty is called on Elkins for an illegal shift.
Clements was bringing the house on that play. Guy did a good job of getting upfield to disrupt the backfield.
Penalty declined, though, by Keith Knowles and the Clements Rangers, so that brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Knights on their own 38-yard line. 3 receivers in the lineup. Motion man Korshidpa. Pass left complete to Moore. Moore breaking tackles, another flag on the play, and Moore breaks out to the open field down the sideline. Jamon Moore to the end zone, touchdown, but we'll have to check the penalty flag at the 40-yard line.
Offsides on number 45 from Clements, Jim Nork.
It is a 62-yard touchdown pass from Giles to Moore, and our referee, Bo Miller, lets us know what Brent already confirmed.
And that's just, I mean, on the part of, it was a great catch and run on the part of
Moore.
Elkins and Moore, and he just did a good job of getting off tackles right there. And then all of a sudden it's just a pure burst of speed to get down that sideline and outrun the entire Clements defensive backfield.
Moore came into this game with 247 receiving yards. The extra point is put through by Brandon May. 7:02 remaining at Hall Stadium in the first quarter. We're tied at 7.
Footage was captured at a local grocery store. This man just took money from his bank that wasn't in his account. Did you catch it? Let's see that again. There. He just got 10 cents back for every $10 or more purchase on his debit card with cashback counts checking from Community Bank. Imagine a bank that actually pays you to use your debit card. Swipe all you can from your bank. Community Bank of Texas. Bank where you live.
What's in the sauce?
What's in the sauce?
What's in the sauce? Sorry, man, I can't tell you that. It's our secret.
Could be a lot of things.
The lemonade? Nope.
Gold dust, mayonnaise and ketchup and ranch. Shaquille O'Neal sweat.
That's not it. Puppy dynamite.
Bubblegum.
What? Love.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't worry about it. Just enjoy it.
.702 remaining here in the first quarter. 7-7 game. Here's how Elkins got on the board.
68-yard touchdown pass from Giles to Moore caps off a drive of 5 plays, 75 yards, and only 1 minute and 9 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt by May was good. That score coming with 7:02 left in the first quarter at 7-7 Clements and Elkins.
Another pooch kick. This time it bounces and taking a knee. Maybe not such a bad idea by David Mercer. And the Rangers will start just inside their own 20-yard line. Last year, Elkins were a playoff team, eliminated in the by-district round 41-0 by the Pearland Oilers. The last time the Rangers saw the postseason was back in 2007 when their head coach Keith Knowles was the program's defensive coordinator. They made it all the way to the Region 3 championship game, but lost to the Katy Tigers 42-0. Colt Harfield brings the team to the line of scrimmage. The lone setback is Cobb. On the delay, it is Cobb to the second level. DeMarcus Cobb out across the 25 to the 27-yard line, close to first down yardage.
This offensive line is doing a great job tonight. They have 2 people pulling. They have a guard and tackle, and they're getting out there and they're actually putting, a hat on someone. They're doing a good job of just creating a small hole for DeMarcus Cobb to hit, and as soon as he hits it, he's gone.
Yeah, and he's doing an outstanding job of picking the holes and also waiting and letting the holes develop.
Asheris Eddie Amin on the tackle. First down and 10 as they do give Cobb a 10-yard gain and a first down. And again on the ground to Cobb, but this time it is well scouted by the Knights defensive front. Lost back to the 25.
It's the first time Elkins had a chance to get in the backfield and actually make a tackle. They did a good job of getting upfield that time. It seemed like before the play was even developed, it seemed like very, very slow on the offensive side of him even getting the ball back there to Cobb.
Trevor Moore will check in the lineup for the Rangers. Clock moving as we come down to 6:10 remaining in the first quarter. 7-7 game and a second down and 12 facing the Rangers. Luke Mayock will split out, the sophomore, to the bottom of your screen. He'll be defended by Cole Pierre. On the misdirection, the end around. Trevor Moore takes it out to the 34-yard line, gaining 8 yards. It'll bring up third down and short. Cole Pierre comes in to make the stop.
Designed to go much further outside, but he saw a bunch of daylight up the middle and cuts it back to the middle of the field and was able to pick up a big chunk of yards and give them a third and manageable.
And that's something where that patience comes in, because he saw it a little too early, but if he would have waited a little bit, he could have baited that guy out there and probably hit that sideline pretty hard.
Moore led the team with 3 receptions for 68 yards 2 weeks ago in the loss to Lamar Consolidated. 2 carries for number 20 for 14 yards. It is third down and 4, and they give to Cobb. DeMarcus Cobb will be short of the first down as he takes it across the 35 to the 36, gaining just 2 on the play.
Cobb gained about 1.5 yards on the play, brings up 4.
Brings up fourth down and short. Decision time here for the Rangers.
And 0-2 on third down conversions for Clements.
But 1 for 1 on fourths.
And that fourth was a 19-yard touchdown run.
Fourth down and 2 from the 36. They go for it. They give to Cobb, and Cobb will be awfully close to first down yardage. It'll depend on the spot. While we have a moment, down to the field, here's Roger Smith.
Well, we see Harfield playing quarterback out there for Clements, but wanted to give you an update on the quarterback career of Derek Carr, David Carr's little brother. He is starting tonight for the Bulldogs against San Diego State, the very first Mountain West game in the history of the Fresno State Bulldogs program. He's a junior, doing very well. He's already thrown for more than 4,000 yards in his career.
Derek Carr was the quarterback of the 2007 Clements Rangers that made it to the Region 3 championship game and lost at Rice Stadium to Katy. They pick up the first down, handoff to Austin Salazar, and Salazar stopped a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. Coming in to make the hit, Marco McDaniel, outside linebacker, a senior for this Knights defense.
The sad thing is that most schools in this area that can say they had a good playoff team, that they had a chance to win state, were eliminated by the Katy Tigers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Clements, to my best recollection, have been eliminated by Katy 3 times in school history. 92, 95, and 07. Harfield will throw, and he throws a little too tall. Coming in on the slant route was David Mercer, and Mercer couldn't haul that one in. So third down and long facing the Rangers here in their own half of the field.
And he's just got to get this pass down. He doesn't have any tall receivers on this team. There's no reason for him to have a ball that high in the air. All the guys that he has playing wide out are pretty short.
One of the key things the Rangers want to do is limit the turnovers. They came into this game with 9 turnovers, 6 fumbles, 3 interceptions thrown by Harfield through the first 3 games of this 2012 season. On third down and 11, the delay to Salazar, and Salazar will be tripped up at the 45-yard line, short of first down yardage. On the tackle, Roy Glover, safety, making the stop.
And Clements is they're calling some pretty decent plays, but it was consistency as far as Elkins was finally able to stop them in the backfield and did a good job, so they can go ahead and Clements can punt for the first time tonight.
So they go for it on 4th and 4 from their own 34, but from their own 45 they're going to punt?
Well, Elkins is going to call a timeout. They're going to talk things over strategically. 3:08 remaining in the first. 7-7 game.
To staff your organization, it's a difficult assignment in today's job market. If this is a challenge for you, then call Metter Staffing Services. They've been assisting Houston area employers for over 43 years and locating all types of personnel, ranging from entry-level administrative candidates to CEOs, and virtually every other job category to meet your employment needs. Join the Metter Staffing conversation online on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Call 713-941-0616 today. Metter Staffing. They know the people you need to know.
Michael Silvers, Brent Moody, Terrell Branch. Down on the field, Roger Smith with you. Elkins calling their first timeout after seeing that the Rangers sent out their punt team. And Blake Thompson set to deliver this punt. Again, Clements with the wind to their back. Back deep to receive for Elkins is Darvin Kidsey. Kidsey will let it bounce in front of him. And the punt does take a Thompson bounce to the 20-yard line. 35-yard punt for Blake Thompson. Coming up near the conclusion of tonight's game, we will select the Raising Cane's players of the game. Raising Cane's the champion of chicken fingers.
Yes, they are. It's the sauce.
And of course, we appreciated the hospitality today up in the press box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Knights will take over fresh after a 68-yard touchdown pass from Jonathan Giles to Jamon Moore to tie things up. Now they have a chance to take the lead. They'll scrimmage from their own 20. Hand off to Timothy Jackson. And Jackson will be tripped up defensively by Scott Samwell, but not after he picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, if Samwell doesn't get him by the ankles there, he's gone. There is nobody in the defensive backfield that is going to be able to pull him down.
For some reason, but they blitzed both linebackers, and they both got caught in the middle. I mean, they had no one back there.
Jackson with 127 rush yards coming in. Now to German Alomia checking in. He'll get right back to the line of scrimmage. Coming back in to make the stop with Scott Samwell. 2 stops for the linebacker. Brings up a 3rd down and 2.
That's the second consecutive play I've seen them send both linebackers, and it's like they just keep sending them in one direction as if they're just going to go ahead and blitz to a gap, as if they almost know what Elkins is, prepared to do back there in the backfield.
This is the second 3rd down for Elkins in the first half. The first 3rd down, they ran a 62-yard touchdown pass.
3rd down and 3. Play clock down to 1. They'll call another timeout, so we will step aside with 1:49 remaining in the first quarter. Tied at 7. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center.
Won't you be good to yourself? And don't you feel like coming home? It'll be like coming home.
Some rooms feel like a fishbowl. But in our Roomy Suites, you can spread out and live a little. With breakfast, dinner, and drinks included, you'll feel right at home.
After the second timeout spent by Elkins, they have a 3rd down and 2, needing the 30-yard line. Let's go down to Roger Smith. And we'll check in with Roger in just a second. 3rd down and 2. Shotgun for Giles. And the sophomore pitches it. And sliding down, but getting the first down is Xavier Floyd. And Floyd out to the 33 for a 5-yard pickup. Let's go back down the field to Roger Smith.
You know, we saw on Moore's long touchdown the athleticism that some of the Elkins Knights have. And speaking of athleticism, you look over there at their head coach, Dennis Brantley. He looks like he could still compete and compete very well with some of the best 17-year-old athletes in the state. He still holds the national record for the 110-yard high hurdles at 13.10 seconds. That was back in 1980. He still looks like he could run that way. I know they've changed it from yards to meters, but his time still projects as the best performance ever by a high schooler in the high hurdles.
Excellent. And as Roger was giving that story, a strike to Jamon Moore for an 11-yard pickup on the pass play and another Elkins first down. So far, 3 catches, 85 yards, more the go-to guy for sophomore Jonathan Giles. Threw 4 touchdowns against Westbury, and 2 of which were 51-yard strikes to Jamon Moore.
Yeah, Jamon Moore just happens to have those sure hands right now.
On 1st and 10, a pump fake. Giles will go deep, and he has got a man at the 30, down the sideline. Darvin Kidsey, touchdown. 56 yards.
Looks like Clements' defensive backs got caught on that pump fake. And that was just enough time to freeze them.
But if you watch, he pump fakes to that side of the field and then throws to that side. I've never seen the defensive backs bite on a pump fake and then still go to that side of the field.
Beat the coverage by about 10 yards. The cover man bit on the play fake. Brandon May to make it 14-7 with 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the kick is good. 14-7, Elkins out in front of the Clements Rangers. And this is FoxSportsSouthwest.com.
About an ale. Bigger. No, bigger still. Ah, it's good to be king. This fall, experience king-size dining, shopping, merriment, and more at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets are on sale now at Randall's, Walgreens, Wood Forest National Bank, and online at TexRenFest.com. The Texas Renaissance Festival. Choose your own adventure.
Had a bit of a weather delay before coming on the air tonight. Game was scheduled for a 6 p.m. kickoff. We got started about 5 till 7, and you can definitely hear the wind howling into our microphones. It is a 14-7 Elkins lead with two big pass plays. First, Giles to Moore, and now Giles to Kidsey. For more, we check in with Brent Moody.
56-yard touchdown pass from Giles to Kidsey caps off a drive of 5 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt by May was good. That score coming with 44 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 14-7. Elkins on top of Clements.
Kickoff taken by Scott Samwell on the mid-range kick from Brandon May. So decent field position for Clements as now they'll play from behind. They trail 14-7. When Elkins opened up in 1992, of course, they got most of their enrollment from Clements High School. Clements that same season would go on to play in the Astrodome, and we mentioned that the Rangers had been eliminated by the Katy Tigers 3 times in the playoffs in school history. That was one of the years. And then Elkins started to feed off of Clements getting their football stars, and Clements would take a little bit of a backseat in the district up until about the 95 season when they returned to the postseason. There's DeMarcus Cobb on a run of 8 yards. And the gentleman between me and Brent was a member of that 95 squad.
And, you know, the rivalry between these schools, whoever Elkins is named after must have been somebody real important they owed something to, because Clements is on Elkins Road.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
Second down and 3 as we come down to the final 4 seconds here in the first period. Handoff to Salazar this time, and he's bottled up at the line of scrimmage. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter with the score. The Elkins Knights 14 and the Clements Rangers 7. Saturday night football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center from Hall Stadium in Missouri City will continue in just a moment.
Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union, and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game, or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Back here for the start of the second quarter. Teams will switch directions. Third down and a long 2 facing the Clements Rangers, who trail the Elkins Knights by a score of 14-7. 2 long touchdown passes. Jonathan Giles found Jamon Moore, then Darvin Kidsey. DeMarcus Cobb with an 18-yard touchdown for Clements to open up the scoring here at Hall Stadium in Missouri City tonight. Harfield hands it off to Cobb, off left tackle, and he lunges forward to midfield for a 5-yard run and a Ranger first down.
That's the first third down conversion, now 1 of 4 in the first half, 6 first downs.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cobb did a good job of being aware of where he was on the field to make sure that he was able to squirt up field and get that first down.
Yeah, because this Clements offense has got to stay out on the field for a while this drive. Their defense has just been scored on quickly on the last 2 possessions from Elkins. You got to let them get over on those sidelines, get some rest, but also limit the possessions of Elkins.
1st and 10 for the Rangers. They'll scrimmage just inside Elkins' half of the field. And an early timeout taken by the Rangers. 24 seconds into the second quarter. 14-7 Elkins. Second timeout spent by the Rangers.
We're here at Walmart with the Burtons who love movies. Let me show you something new. Come on. Walmart can now convert your favorite DVDs from disc to digital, so you can watch them on your laptop, tablet, phone, anytime, anywhere. Cool, huh? Yeah. What'd you guys think that it would cost?
I thought it'd be around $10.
It's only $2 per disc.
That's a great price.
Bring in your favorite DVDs, see for yourself. That's the Walmart Entertainment Disc to Digital service. Visit the Photo Center at your local Walmart to get started. That's my favorite part.
Next Saturday on Saturday Night Football, presented by Texas Emergency Care Center, the gang heads east to Beaumont, and the Thomas Center will be the setting for a District 21 5A showdown as the LaPorte Bulldogs take on the Westbrook Bruins. Our coverage will begin at 5:45 right here on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. Both teams with just 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10 for the Rangers. Just inside Elkins' half of the field. DeMarcus Cobb. Check it. New back in the ballgame. Scott Samwell with first down yardage and more. Began off right tackle. Stays on his feet as he attacks the middle of the field. Down to the 30-yard line for a 20-yard run. Scott Samwell.
Scott Samwell just exploded through this hole here and then saw an Elkins Knight, jumped over one, ran over another, continued to move his feet, and just worked his way down the field. This is a spark that Clements definitely needs.
Put a shoulder right into cornerback Dadron Story on his way to picking up 20 yards. From the 31, first down and 10 for Clements. Mayock to the top of your screen, split out as a receiver. Cobb checks back into the lineup, takes the handoff, takes it inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. A run of 4 yards for senior DeMarcus Cobb. We mentioned his 35 yards on 17 carries against Lamar Consolidated. His best output of the season came in the win over Westside back on September 8th. He rushed for 4 touchdowns on 169 yards, and he also caught 2 passes for 42 yards and a touchdown.
You know, it's pretty surprising that he only had 17 carries that game. I'm not sure if he came out the game early or anything like that, but it's kind of odd that he only had 17 carries.
Do have a marker down, though. Our referee is Bo Miller. And it's going to be on Elkins. Additional yardage here for Clements.
Reset the game clock, please, to 10:45. Nice man. Defense. 15 more penalties. Half position to go.
First penalty called on Elkins that was accepted. Last week, Elkins were penalized 18 times for 180 yards in their win over Westbury, and we have another whistle. We'll see what this one's all about. Perhaps people just weren't ready.
Yeah, it just looked like a lot was going on right then.
Officials talking about it on the 17-yard line. Ran into the officials upon our arrival here today.
Just got away with an illegal substitution. They had 12 men in the huddle.
Cobb, the lone setback on 1st and 10 in the red zone. On the delay, Cobb escapes one, but then the Knights swarm.
Looked like he never really got out of that first tackle. Looked like 89 had his left ankle the entire time.
Yeah, this is just a slow developing play. I don't know why the tight end decided to block down instead of block out. 89 just came up untouched. To sit back
Okeke Jr.
That's a loss of 2.
The Knights defense have forced 8 takeaways in 2012 through 3 games. 4 of their 6 interceptions came off of Daquan Brown in their win over Westbury. 2nd down and 13 at Hartfield. With the screen pass left, it is complete, but immediately wrapped up on the reception was Jim Nork. May have lost another yard.
He just floated that one up for so long. Linebacker had plenty of time to get over there and make a play. He don't ever touch the ground.
Brandon May in on the stop. Might have been Roy Glover instead. Check that, Roy Glover. So 3rd down, about 15 yards to go. Back on the Elkins 18-yard line. Draw play to DeMarcus Cobb, and Cobb tackled for a loss. So after they get the benefit of the face mask penalty, the Knights defense bow up and force the Rangers to go backwards. While we have a moment, let's check in down on the field with Roger Smith.
Well, what we've seen in this Clements drive, even if they don't get any points out of it, it's critical for them because, like you had said, they had given up a couple of big plays, and I can tell you that when they flipped over for the second quarter, the wind is blowing hard from west to east, and that favors Jonathan Giles, and he's been making the short passing game work, and if he airs it out, then I think he has the receivers who can run past the cornermen for the Clements Rangers. So it's very important that they not only take up time, get some points, but give their defense a rest and some time to maybe adjust to the passing game.
Absolutely. And Brent, what we saw to Jonathan Giles throwing into the wind, very impressive. That short pass that went for a big touchdown with Jamon Moore, and then the nice intermediate pass went a little more deep, but certainly right on the money to Darvin Kidsey.
Yeah, it was just picking and choosing and hitting the short pass, then great athleticism from his receivers getting down into the end zone. But he did go down the field a little ways into the wind with Kidsey. You'd like to see what these wide receivers can do. Just let them throw one up and see if they can run under it and get it.
District 23 5A standings after Thursday and Friday night. Bush are 1-0 by virtue of their win on Thursday, 33-6. Travis defeated Hightower last night, 37-21. They're 1-0. Austin defeated Dulles by 4, 30-26. They are 1-0. And you have Hightower, Dulles, and Kempner all at 0-1, and these two at 0-0. The only undefeated team after non-district and after this first week of district play, the Bush Broncos at 4 wins, no losses.
Definitely have to be riding high coming in 4-0, into district.
So another decision to be made. Again, we mentioned after the face mask took it inside the red zone for the Rangers. Off the Elkins penalty, they went backwards, courtesy of that Knights defense. So it is 4th down, and if they would try a field goal, they're kicking into that stiff breeze. But it looks like the offense is out, and we also have a conference between the officials and both the Clements Rangers offense and the Elkins Knight defense. Boy, we would love to be able to eavesdrop into that.
Usually that only happens if they're warning the teams, but it hadn't really been chippy yet.
It's been a little bit.
4th down.
Oh, what is this?
Screen pass.
Go.
Down the middle of the field. It is taken to the end zone for the touchdown. Jim Norton. On 4th down, the Rangers have scored twice on 4th down.
It almost just seemed like they let both the defensive ends right into the backfield.
They were so confused. They didn't know why.
Just didn't see.
They were like, oh, is this really a running play right now?
They had no idea what was going on. They were just basically let to walk into the backfield, and quarterback did an outstanding job finding the open man.
Yeah, did a great job of getting that ball out of his hands.
A 20-yard pass play on 4th down. Rangers within an extra point of tying it up. Thompson It is 14-14. 8:48 to play in the second. Exciting one here in Missouri City.
This is not my home. There, I said it. They don't have pictures of my kids. They don't have my yoga mat. And still, I feel at home. Could it be the flat screen TV? The not so mini fridge? The different free dinner almost every weeknight? Or maybe it's all of the above and all the rest. Am I home? Nope, but it almost feels that way. Homewood Suites by Hilton. Be at home.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
Welcome back to Hall Stadium. Windy, wet night here in Missouri City. Of course, this stadium named after one of the most prolific running backs in Texas high school history, Kenneth Hall of the Sugarland Express.
Oh,
high pooch kick. Can't get it. It bounces and right into the waiting arms of one of the Knights up front. We'll see who's able to come away with it for Elkins.
The Rangers just weren't paying attention. If they were paying attention to where the ball was kicked and looked at the ball in the air, they would have been able to get that ball and advance that ball, but they really overran the ball.
Cole Pierre on the recovery. And the Knights, they've been able to strike on both their offensive possessions for touchdowns. We'll begin with a short field. They'll scrimmage from their own 45-yard line.
I mean, Elkins is definitely taking advantage of the defensive backfield of Clements Rangers. I mean, they just getting caught looking into the backfield, and I mean, it just takes one little pump fake or a little misdirection to get them off.
And we're tied at 14. Brent, how did Clements do it?
20-yard touchdown pass from Hartfield to Nort caps off a drive of 10 plays, 62 yards, 3 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. Extra point attempt by Thompson was good. That score coming with 8:48 left in the second quarter. It's 14-14, Elkins and Clements.
And we have a timeout. And it's the third one spent here in the first half by the Elkins Knights. We'll step aside with 8:44 to play here in the second quarter, tied at 14.
These fresh, never frozen chicken fingers at Raising Cane's are so delicious. They speak for themselves. So, while you watch, I'll tell you all about our secret dipping sauce. First off, it's a sauce. And you use it for dipping. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. Because it's, secret. Raising Cane's. One love.
When it just can't wait, come to Texas Emergency Care Center. We're a licensed, freestanding emergency room, open 24 hours a day, every day. Whether it's a broken bone or chest pain, the doctors and staff at Texas Emergency Care Center specialize in emergency medicine. We're ready and waiting, so you don't have to. At Texas Emergency Care Center, you'll be seen in minutes. We're open 24/7 in Pearland, Cypress, and Atascocita. Find us online at txercare.com.
Big defensive play coming in to make the tackle on the keeper by Jonathan Giles, Sean Thompson. Back to the 37-yard line, a loss of 8 yards on the play.
Just a great job of getting out there and fighting through that block of big number 75.
Brandon Irving, the right tackle. Second down, 18 yards to go and a shotgun snap. Giles throws this side, complete to Jamon Moore. Pass caught right in front of Graham Duncan, the cornerback in on the coverage. Progress stopped at the 49.
Looks like Graham Duncan waited for that ball to get there before he was able to get to the receiver, and he needs to be more aggressive there.
Yeah, if he jumps that route, that's an interception, and Moore's got to come back to the ball so that ball doesn't get picked.
Yeah, because that's a long throw across the field.
That's a 12-yard reception 4 receptions for Moore, 97 yards and a touchdown. 3rd down and 6 for Elkins on the 49-yard line. 3 receivers in the lineup and shotgun for the sophomore Jonathan Giles. Pressure comes. Giles scrambles to his right. In trouble. Turns the corner but out of bounds as he is forced out of the play by Kyle Chapline. In on the pursuit, Jim Nork, who scored the last offensive touchdown for the Rangers. And Elkins will be forced to punt.
Excellent defensive hold there by Clements to be able to force the 4th down and Elkins to punt the ball away. Now Clements can have an opportunity to take a lead.
That was the first 3rd down not converted by Elkins in this first half. Brandon May will punt it away. Nope. This will actually be a rugby-style kick from the quarterback, Giles.
Good punt.
Mercer lets it bounce, and it rolls out of bounds at the 18-yard line. 47-yard punt. And Giles does his job. And, of course, when the quarterback is back there to punt it away, you always have to play for the potential fake.
That's right.
But the Rangers hold 7:07 to play in the second quarter. And we have a 14-14 game as these two teams, the last two to play in District 23 5A on this opening weekend of district competition. Most of the districts here around the greater Houston area getting started this weekend. And the Rangers will begin on their own 18. Colt Harfield hands it off to the motion man, Michael Wang. Wang to the corner and tripped up. Good pursuit. Tackle made by Kari Renchie. Renchie has offers on the table defensively, the senior. Offers from Arkansas, Colorado, and Texas Tech. Wang picks up 4 on the run.
The way Arkansas has been playing lately, do you think that might influence them to want to go there because there's potential of getting onto the field quicker?
Yeah, most definitely. They got
maybe not a chance, though, of winning.
They were destroyed today by Texas A&M.
2nd down. Handoff to the first one through to the 25-yard line.
But you got to think of it, though. I can go to a winning team and not get the field till you're a senior or get looked at early.
Run by Michael Henderson of 3 yards. 3rd down for the Rangers. Coming down to the 6-minute mark here in the second quarter. 14-14. Twin set receivers to the top of your screen. One man in motion. Handoff to Marcus Cobb. Cobb off right tackle for a first down. Out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 on the play.
He does a good job of just squeezing through the defense.
And play fake to Moore as well, then the handoff to Cobb.
As it takes the handoff here, he had a good block up there and just continued to move his feet.
Marcus Cobb really kind of reminds me of Arian Foster.
I was going to say
the
same exact thing. The same
like
exact
the way
thing.
he runs straight
up, and he hesitates, and then he accelerates.
Moore in motion on 1st down and 10. Same play. New back in the ball game, Samwell.
See, Samwell's just going to run you over. He wants to punish somebody.
It's the Texans' backfield.
Yeah,
Tate.
Yeah, and Foster, yeah. And what they need to do is keep running.
Samwell scampers for 5 yards.
You know, the 2 possessions that led to touchdowns, 3 minutes and 49 seconds off the clock. That's the first possession. Then the second touchdown, 3 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. So those long drives really help Clements out.
Back on the ground, Samwell lowers his shoulder. A couple of more yards to the 42. It's going to bring up another 3rd down for the Rangers. They've converted on 2 here in the first half.
And it's nice. It's a great 3rd down. It's 3rd and manageable here for them. And so really I would love to see them just go ahead and run Cobb like they have, run him right in between, right offside that tackle, have that tackle pull, and do the exact same play they had earlier.
And it wears down the defense, doesn't it? Especially running on 3rd down and picking up those firsts.
That's right.
3rd down and 2. Call it a short 3. On the delay. Samwell off the first wave and leans forward for another Ranger first down.
See, that's good field awareness right there, because at first he started to go backwards.
He bounced off that tackle, and it looked like his forward progress was going to be shorter than the first down, but great dive there at the end.
Jalen Bowden, junior inside linebacker, making the tackle, but not before the Rangers pick up their 10th first down here in the first half, approaching the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. Give them 11 first downs here in the first half. Moore lines up top of your screen in the slot formation. He comes down in motion. Play fake to him and a handoff. Salazar gets the carry this time, and he is punished by Vaugh Taylor after a 2-yard pickup.
Elkins thought they had the football.
And when it comes to the running game, it's blatantly apparent here the Rangers can hit you from multiple angles and by multiple players.
They have a stable of backs in the field, but the thing is you want to be able to keep the momentum. So that's why you want to be able to run. The rain is really starting to come down here at the stadium, so it's going to be difficult to hold on to the ball. That's one thing that, especially with a team like Clements, all they do is run.
It is indeed raining. We should take a shot with our camera up at one of the lights so you can see the rain coming down here at Hall Stadium. On the delay, DeMarcus Cobb makes a cut into Knights territory to the 49-yard line for a gain of 3.
An excellent job by Cobb to cut back to the middle of the field, and even a better job by his lineman Slater pulling up, knowing that his running back was going to cut back to the middle of the field. He pulled up and was right on the verge of getting a block in the back.
Inside the final 3 minutes of a fast-paced first half in a 14-14 game. Some of the fans may seek shelter up here where we're positioned. The student section doesn't mind a little rain.
You know, it's so weird being here at a high school football game and there's absolutely no bands in the building.
Rangers call their final timeout. 2:29 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 14.
Couple years of up all night and a few thousand diapers later. Oh yeah, he loves that little girl.
All her life she's been coming toward you. Now that she's driving, she's going the other way.
There goes my life.
Thanks to State Farm's Steer Clear program, teens learn safer driving and parents gain peace of mind.
Well, certainly the umbrellas are out here at Hall Stadium on this late September Saturday night, District 23 5A. Third down and about 4 for the Rangers. We're tied at 14. They have had the ball. How long have they had this ball? When did they start this drive?
They started this drive with 7:07 left in the second quarter.
Almost 5 minutes taken off the clock. Third down and 4. Play action pass, Harfield. And that one is picked off. He threw it short, and it is picked off by Kerry Renchie.
Looked like he snagged that one off the ground to me.
He got his hands under it. It looked like it.
The pressure was coming. Harfield wanted to make a play, but that's where the inexperience comes from being a sophomore.
Yeah, that's a good catch.
Yeah, trying to find Nork.
You got to just throw that one away.
4th interception thrown by Harfield this season. And the 10th turnover committed by the Rangers here in 2012. They are now a -9 in their turnover margin. And conversely for Elkins, they are now +4. And they begin from their own 49, tied at 14. Giles to pass, under pressure, eludes a sack, but he cannot elude the second man coming to get him. Jack Hatt in the middle, linebacker, a loss of 2 on the sack.
Clements has done a great job getting in the backfield and disrupting Elkins, but it's always that first tackle that they seem to miss.
And they've really done a good job of making some adjustments defensively after giving up touchdowns in the first 2 possessions for Elkins.
And that was only a 3-man rush there at the time. They pulled off a couple.
Second down and 8. And a pass complete. Jamon Moore gets tripped up inside the 20 by David Mercer, taken down at the 17-yard line. 36 yards on the pass play.
The Clements defensive backfield has got to start communicating out there. This is the second time we've seen Moore wide open like that.
this is the first play Elkins has ran from the Clements side of the field.
Inside the red zone with a $1:40 to play until halftime. 1st and 10 for the Knights. Giles throws. He'll go to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Looked like Kidsey either fell down or was helped down by the cover man.
I think he just slipped on this wet turf.
Get another look here as we rapidly approach the Raising Cane's halftime show. Moore was there on the coverage, and indeed he slipped.
Trevor Moore is lucky because he never looked back for the ball, and if he's there, if he never slips and he makes that contact, it's going to be instantly a flag.
2nd and 10, handoff. This is Jackson. Timothy Jackson out of bounds. Just shy of the 10-yard line. A scamper of 6 yards forced out on the play by Kyle Chapline.
Boy, Timothy Jackson went through there with a big, strong, stiff arm twice to not even be pulled down. And it's one thing with this rain, Elkins has done a great job of throwing the ball, this last couple possessions with it raining as hard as it is.
3rd down and short, needing the 8-yard line. Line of scrimmage set at the 11. Giles hands it off to Jackson. Jackson with a 1st down and more. Jackson makes a move and lunges to the end zone. Touchdown. 11 yards for Timothy Jackson, and ironically his first touchdown of the season as it comes in game number 4.
And just an amazing run here. He looks like he's going to be brought down behind the 1st down marker, and a great little stutter step right there makes one man miss and follows his block into the end zone.
We'll check in with Roger Smith right after this extra point. And we got a night shaken up, so let's go ahead and check in down on the field with Roger Smith.
Well, Michael, you kind of, I don't know, what's the right pun? Stole my thunder or rained on my parade. I was going to mention the very embarrassing turnover ratio for Clements coming into this game, but their ball control was perfect, and they took such great care of the ball, and that's right when the interception happened. So that's really their only mistake, but very quickly Elkins turned around and made them pay for it. So they're, as you said, -9 in the turnover ratio, but other than that interception, they've been airtight with their ball security. I haven't even seen a bobble.
Well, this turnover turned into points for Elkins, but it does leave 1:18 on the clock and that's potential for the Rangers, but they haven't really had the big play.
Yeah, they haven't had that kind of quick strike offense that you want to see with 1:18 left. They need time to move the ball down the field.
May to give Elkins a 7-point lead. This kick is good. That stops the clock with 1:18 to play. We'll step aside. 7-point lead for the Knights.
Footage was captured at a local grocery store. This man just took money from his bank that wasn't in his account. Did you catch it? Let's see that again. There, he just got 10 cents back for every $10 or more purchase on his debit card with cashback counts checking from Community Bank. Imagine a bank that actually pays you to use your debit card. Swipe all you can from your bank. Community Bank of Texas. Bank where you live.
Coming up on an abbreviated Raising Cane's halftime show, we'll get you caught up on what has happened here in the first half. And we are scheduled to have the athletic director of the Fort Bend Independent School District on. His name is Philip O'Neill in his first year, but due to the abbreviation and the amount of time that we're going to have during halftime and the fact that he's had to deal with lightning delays and weather issues, we may or may not get him on. So that's all coming your way, though, on the Raising Cane's halftime show. May to kick it off. This one will be taken by Kyle Chapline, and Chapline fails to get to the 25-yard line. We'll see what the approach is offensively for the Rangers. They'll start on their own 24 with 1:11 to play in the first half. Here's your latest drive summary as the Elkins Knights have taken the lead.
11-yard touchdown run by Jackson caps off a drive of 5 plays, 51 yards, 1 minute and 5 seconds off the clock. Extra point attempt by May was good. That score coming with 1:18 left in the second quarter. It's 21-14, Elkins on top of Clements.
3 in the backfield. Harfield will hand it off to DeMarcus Cobb, and he runs right into traffic, but does impose his will and takes it to the 28-yard line, picking up 4.
Looks like Elkins was just ready and sitting and waiting for him just to get the handoff.
An 85-yard performance to this point on 18 carries and a touchdown for DeMarcus Cobb. 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Keeping it on the ground with Cobb. No timeouts for any team, so no one can stop the clock but the officials.
Who just did, throwing that flag.
Holding called on Clements. Clements, in their loss to Lamar Consolidated 2 weeks ago, penalized just 3 times for 15 yards. And Roger said it down on the field. They have done a great job at least running in the run game to hold on to the football. When they came in, they had committed 6 fumbles. So far, their only turnover, the interception thrown by Colt Harfield.
You know, especially in this weather, they're doing a great job in that it's crazy because I know the weather wasn't like that before, but, you know, you don't ever want your backs to fumble, you know, as much as they had in the past.
Yeah, and as many guys as they have touching the ball, it just has more potential of fumbles because you don't have guys consistently holding it. You're putting the ball in too many guys' hands, and it leads to more opportunities to put it on the turf.
The Rangers will have to run another play. If they keep it on the ground, that'll be the end of the first half of play. And a knee will be taken by Clements quarterback sophomore Colt Harfield. So the teams will head to the locker rooms.
Harfield takes a knee, and that'll bring the first half to an end. Elkins leading 21-14.
And let's go down the field, check in with Roger Smith. He's standing by with Elkins head coach Dennis Brantley.
All right, Coach Brantley, you've got the lead 21-14. These are certainly not perfect conditions, but what do you do to make your offense play so airtight and mistake-free like that?
Well, just a lot of repetition, you know, and not giving any excuse or any outlet. You know, we're going to play the same offense we play if it was dry.
All right. So any adjustments that you will make on defense? Because really Clements only had that one long drive.
We got to do a better job at tackling. We're tackling too high, so we need to tackle low and wrap up.
Thanks for the visit, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, he'll go dry off, and we'll be back with a halftime.
Nestled in the comfort of the Texas Gulf Coast, Deer Park, Texas continues to prove why the birthplace of Texas is on everyone's mind. Voted best affordable suburb by the Bloomberg Business Week, Deer Park is home to many businesses and continues to grow in population and industry. With its close proximity to the Houston Ship Channel, Deer Park is home to many industrial leaders like Dow and Shell. Voted in the top 10 most affordable places to live by CNN Money, Deer Park lures many new residents year-round. These residents enjoy the comforts of many retail outlets, recreational locations, and historic sites like the Battleship Texas and San Jacinto Monument. And with a recognized school district that boasts award-winning athletic, culinary, and journalism programs, Deer Park continues to gain the attention of people nationwide. Come see what everyone's talking about and make your next visit to Texas a rebirthing experience in the birthplace of Texas. Don't worry, boots and jeans are optional. Work, stay, play, explore. That's Deer Park, Texas. Uniquely you.
Coffee. Made with 100% Arabica beans, just the right amount of cream and served over ice. It's the perfect match. Enjoy McCafe iced coffee with a touch of your favorite flavor. Or for an icy blended treat, try McCafe Frappe, the simple joy of a refreshing start.
Finding qualified personnel to staff your organization, it's a difficult assignment in today's job market. If this is a challenge for you, then call Metter Staffing Services. They've been assisting Houston area employers for over 43 years in locating all types of personnel, ranging from entry-level administrative candidates to CEOs, and virtually every other job category to meet your employment needs. Join the Metter Staffing conversation online on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Call 713-941-0616 today. Metter Staffing. They know the people you need to know.
These fresh, never frozen chicken fingers at Raising Cane's are so delicious. They speak for themselves. So, while you watch, I'll tell you all about our secret dipping sauce. First off, it's a sauce. And you use it for dipping. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. Because it's, secret. Raising Cane's. One love.
We welcome you back to the Raising Cane's halftime show, where we are at 21-14 in the rain here at Kenneth Hall Stadium. 21-14, Elkins on top of the Clements Rangers, joined now by, in his first year, the athletic director of the Fort Bend Independent School District, Philip O'Neill, our guest here tonight. Coach O'Neill, obviously a lot to deal with here at on this Saturday night.
A lot to deal with, but the imminent safety of both the students and our customers, is on the forefront of our minds, and we've done a lot of due diligence in making sure that there's not lightning in the area, and so we feel good about it.
What is the procedure when it comes to lightning in the area? What do the school district, what responsibilities do they have?
Well, it's the safety of the students and comes first, okay, and the customers as well. But we have a weather system, and we're in contact with a meteorologist, and we know when there is not lightning within 12 miles of the area. And in this case, there was lightning in the area for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and then we were able to start, but the lightning has moved out, so we're good.
Has it always been a 12-mile radius in terms of lightning in the area, or has that been adjusted as the years have gone by?
Yeah, you know what? It's probably been adjusted as the years go by. I think, back in the old days, they didn't pay near as much attention to it. But if it's within 12 miles, 15 miles or so, then lightning can strike in your area. So you need to make sure that it's clear of that radius.
And we've had quite the game, 21-14, because with a couple of 1 and 2 teams looking to go 1-0 in the district.
Yeah, very, very good game. I'm real proud of the way both teams are competing, and the kids are, of Fort Bend ISD compete very hard, and I'm proud of that.
This after this new realignment, they went from 10 teams in this district to 8. They went from that 2-zone system. Now, when you talk to coaches upon your arrival, were they in favor of obviously there was nothing they could do, but did they like that 2-zone system when you talked to them?
I think it's, a hit or miss. I think some of them did, some of them didn't. Okay. But it was, I think they probably all agreed that it was the best way to do it given the circumstances.
And now they get an opportunity to have more non-district games before the district slate, and that's always a good thing because you're not beating each other up so much.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and they get to, schedule accordingly. If you have a good team, then obviously you want to schedule some teams that are going to prepare you beyond district play. And if you're in a year when maybe your team is young and growing, then you can schedule accordingly, schedule some teams that are going to help you through that growing process.
And Fort Bend ISD has had a handful of teams make it all the way to the state championship, none less than last year's Hightower team. They were there in 2008, Dulles in 91, Willow Ridge with Thurman Thomas. This is an area that continues to grow, so we can, I'm sure, expect to hear a lot of noise from Fort Bend ISD and finally take another state championship home.
Yeah, that's the plan. Certainly we have high expectations of our coaches and our kids, and we certainly want to get back to state championship games and win state championships.
Now, you're in your first year. You came in, you were voted in February. Take me to the process of coming from Weatherford, going through the interview process, and actually becoming the athletic director here at Fort Bend Independent School District.
Well, it's like any other job. It's an interview process, and I came and interviewed once, and interviewed a second time, and then was offered the job. And I'm just really excited to be here. The support I've received from Mike Mackay, who was the assistant superintendent, is now the superintendent, the acting superintendent. The support I've received from the principals at the high schools, the support I've received from the Department of School Administration, the assistant superintendents, the support I've received from the office staff and the head coaches on the campuses, the athletic directors, has just been incredible and made the transition for me very easy.
And one of the speaking of a transition, field turf finally at Hall and Mercer Stadiums. First year, I believe, that these stadiums were equipped with field turf, and I don't think we have any school stadiums in the area with AstroTurf anymore. So tell me what went into getting the new field.
Well, the school board approved that, and we put it in this summer, and everybody has been very thrilled with it. The kids, the coaches. Mostly the kids have really enjoyed it. I think it's a safer product. It's got a lot of rubber in it, which cuts down on the impact, and so But again, the school board approved that. We're very thankful of the school board and the support they give the athletic department. Great school board here. I can't say enough, but yes, it's very good to have that product for the kids.
Coming into a school district with now 11 schools, do we see more growth? Do we see another school popping up here shortly?
Yeah, I don't know that I can answer that. Obviously, I think there is some growth in the area. I don't know what the timetable is on a new school, so I don't know that I could speak to that.
Okay, finally, one last thing. The most rewarding and the most challenging aspects of being an athletic director so far in your tenure here at Fort Bend ISD?
The most challenging has just been, the learning curve of having 600 coaches and 11 high schools and learning people's names and those kind of things. That's been the most challenging, just because you're inundated with names. And I certainly want to remember everybody's name because they've all been so welcoming and so gracious to me. And the most rewarding is just, is always for me the opportunity to get to be around kids. That's the best part of my job. And so to have that chance when it comes about is always the most rewarding.
We certainly appreciate you having us here tonight. Continued success as you move along the athletic director trails here at Fort Bend ISD. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Philip O'Neill, the athletic director of the Fort Bend Independent School District, our guest here on the Raising Cane's halftime show. We'll be back to recap the first half after these messages here on Fox Sports Southwest.
At the Tradition at Northgate, the opportunities are endless. New ideas to explore, lifelong friendships to form. So much to accomplish, and you can do it all just steps from the Texas A&M campus. Walk to campus in just minutes. Think of all you could be doing because you're not commuting. Location is everything. Live green by walking to class or enjoying some of your free time in the heart of College Station's Uptown District, Northgate. Privacy is a way of life at the Tradition. Have your own bedroom in your fully furnished suite. Choose a 1 or 2 bedroom suite with extra thick walls between suites to keep things quiet when you need it. Don't worry about finding a roommate. The Tradition has roommate matching. Have your own space for studying, spending time with friends, or just relaxing after a long day in class. The Tradition is your home away from home. You'll find all the opportunities you need to make the most of your college experience. Whether you go to Texas A&M or Blinn, you will never get lost in the crowd. Live just like you would on campus, just do it steps away. Have the experience you want at the Tradition. The Edge Cafe, full-service dining hall. Fuel for your day full of choices and variety. Heated lap and volleyball pool. Fitness center with a view of campus. Academic Success Center. Academic success is the primary goal. Study rooms. It's the advantage of privacy. Surround sound movie theater. Watch what you want on the big screen. Attached covered parking. Park on your floor. Walk to your door. 24-hour reception and night courtesy officer. Free high-speed internet. You'll have more at the Tradition than any other housing option near campus. Your education is important, and where you live makes the difference in your college experience. Live more, commute less. The Tradition at Northgate.
And we welcome you back to the Raising Cane's halftime show here at Hall Stadium. 21-14, the Elkins Knights lead the Clements Rangers. We want to thank Philip O'Neill, the athletic director of the Fort Bend Independent School District, for being our guest in our last segment. And guys, look at the rain behind us.
Yeah.
It really hasn't played a factor in terms of ball control. We saw one turnover, the interception thrown by Harfield of the Clements Rangers. 21-14, your overall thoughts?
I think the weather really kind of has affected the game. I think Elkins would probably like to go to the air more than they have already, but I think the weather's affecting that. But I think Clements has done an outstanding job keeping themselves in this ball game. DeMarcus Cobb doing a great job moving the ball on the ground, and they got to keep feeding him if they want to stay in this game.
What about you, Jarrell? What are your first half impressions?
I'm really happy to see it's a close game this week, because we've had some games the last couple of weeks that have been out of hand. So this actually been a pretty good game. But what I would like to see from Clements is continue to run the ball. Get the ball into your playmaker's hand. And with Elkins, really all they need to do is continue to control it. They've been throwing the ball well, and that's been their best key point so far. Clements' defensive backs have been kind of getting caught up looking at the quarterback and getting their eyes caught in the backfield and getting beat deep. And that's the only thing that's been their weak spot so far.
Well, I think also Elkins' offense has got to slow it down a little bit and get their defense off the field. They've been on the field for 17 minutes in the first half. Their defense has got to get some rest in the second.
21-14 is the halftime score. The Elkins Knights will get the ball to start the third quarter when we return. This has been the Raising Cane's halftime show here on Fox Sports Southwest.
Nestled in the comfort of the Texas Gulf Coast, Deer Park, Texas continues to prove why the birthplace of Texas is on everyone's mind. Voted best affordable suburb by the Bloomberg Business Week, Deer Park is home to many businesses and continues to grow in population and industry. With its close proximity to the Houston Ship Channel, Deer Park is home to many industrial leaders like Dow and Shell. Voted in the top 10 most affordable places to live by CNN Money, Deer Park lures many new residents year-round. These residents enjoy the comforts of many retail outlets, recreational locations, and historic sites like the Battleship Texas and San Jacinto Monument. And with a recognized school district that boasts award-winning athletic, culinary, and journalism programs, Deer Park continues to gain the attention of people nationwide. Come see what everyone's talking about and make your next visit to Texas a rebirthing experience in the birthplace of Texas. Don't worry, boots and jeans are optional. Work, stay, play, explore. That's Deer Park, Texas. Uniquely you.
All right, welcome back to Hall Stadium as we check in down on the field. Roger Smith with Clements head coach Keith Knowles.
All right, Coach Knowles, I really don't think you could ask too much more of your offense as far as ball control in the first half, except for that one turnover. What can you do differently to catch up here?
We don't plan on doing anything differently. We just keep doing what we're doing, and I'm just hopefully I'll get a little more guys running to the football defensively.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck to the Rangers in the second half. Back up to you guys.
All right, I appreciate it, Roger. And let's run down the first half statistics. And we'll begin with the team that's out in front, Elkins. 8 yards rushing, 196 yards passing, 204 offensive yards in the first half for the Knights. They had 7 first downs. They were 2 for 3 on third downs. 1 penalty, 15 yards, no penalties. And a time of possession of 6 minutes, 2 seconds. For Clements, 145 rushing yards, 19 yards passing, 164 yards of total offense. 11 first downs. They were 3 for 8 on third downs. 1 penalty for 10 yards. A turnover, interception picked off by Renshie. 17 minutes, 58 seconds of of time of possession in the first half. And now we get ready for the start of the second half. And Elkins off the pooch kick will begin from their own 32-yard line. We'll see what the adjustments were made. Although you did hear, at least on the offensive end, Brent, that there wasn't going to be much of a change in the approach of the Clements Rangers coming out of the break. But we'll see what they do defensively to try to stop the big play capability of Jonathan Giles. That sophomore arms hit a couple of his receivers for big plays.
Yeah, they're going to have to get into the backfield and really break up the timing of this offense. Hopefully for the Rangers, they can get in here and force a 3 and out and try to get right back into this game. Only down a touchdown.
Giles will go for it all on first down, and he hits Kinsey. Oh, Kinsey couldn't hold on. Cover supplied by Trevor Moore, who was beaten again downfield.
And he was beaten bad, and once he was about 3 yards off of his wide receiver he's supposed to be covering, then he looks back to find the ball and just caused more separation. But you get that much separation, you just got to start huffing it down the field and try to catch up to that guy.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. One man in motion. Pass left is complete. Going down to the ground to scoop that one up. And the ball came loose. Clements have recovered outside of the 35.
And that's when this weather comes into play. You've got to protect the ball. As he tried to come across the middle, he came back into all the traffic.
And was running loosely with the ball. He had it way out, away from his chest. You got to tuck it when you're around that many guys from the other team. Just the easy strip
Moore.
here.
5-0. Good job getting his hand in there. Way to be aware, because he had overrun the ball.
That was Parker Carruthers.
Good
Responsible
job
for that strip.
Parker Carruthers.
And the Rangers will begin with a handoff to DeMarcus Cobb, who just got tripped up.
DeMarcus Cobb has so much green towards the sideline. All he has to do is bounce that thing out, and he's gone. Watch as he gets the handoff here. If he's able to bounce this right outside, he comes back into all the traffic and then gets tackled.
Second down and a yard. The Rangers trailing by 7, just underway. They get the fumble recovery on the fumble by Jamon Moore. On the delay, DeMarcus Cobb pounds his way for a first down to the 25 on a gain of 2.
It's a good job of play calling on the part of Clements. Do what works. Continue to do what works. There's no reason to go to the air or do anything like that, especially in this weather.
It seems about on every play they send Michael Wang in motion, fake the handoff to him. They're just going to keep setting that up, so eventually it's going to work, and they're just going to give it to him and let him run around the end.
First and 10 for the Rangers. Ball spotted on the 24-yard line in Elkins territory as they try to cash in on the Knights' turnover. 2 tight ends in the lineup. Cobb the lone setback, stumbling Harfield, but he is able to get it off and give the handoff to Cobb, but Cobb, all of that picks up 2 yards.
Clements is going to either have to take a timeout or nope. Harfield got his shoe back on quickly.
He really stumbled out the blocks on that one.
He came out of his shoe.
Rangers ran for 145 yards in the first half. Harfield just threw for 19 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Second down and long, and the handoff goes to Samwell. Scott Samwell to the 20-yard line, gaining about 3 more for being tackled by Kari Rinchie. Rinchie with that interception.
What I like about Scott Samwell is he runs hard every single time. As he runs and gets to the line right here, he runs into a wall but continues to move his feet and is able to slide out and still get some positive yards on the play.
Oh, and anytime he's had the ball, the Knights are trying to hit him way too high. He's just bouncing off of those tackles. You got to get him low and get him to the ground.
Clements playing with the wind to their back here in the third quarter. Samwell on the offset eye. Henderson checks in as the fullback. Give it to Samwell, and he slides down at the 20, right at the line of scrimmage.
Saw some space to cut back to the middle of the field, and just as he tried to plant and cut.
Samwell slipped at the line of scrimmage for no yard.
Yeah, he just slipped and
so now the Rangers 3 of 9 on third downs, and they will go for it, needing the 14-yard line.
They are 3 of 3 going for it on fourth down in the first half.
I definitely think they should stretch it out, hit that right side of the field.
Play action pass in Harfield on the throwback, finds Cobb. Cobb in trouble. Elkins was not fooled whatsoever, coming in to make the stop, and the turnover on downs. Number 14, check it, number 44, in on the stop, and Marco McDaniel, the outside linebacker.
The play is on the far side of the field. I don't know why they ran toward the short side of the field where all of Elkins was. I'm surprised they ran that play over there.
And they tried to run misdirection and get Elkins going to the far side, but like you said, it was well scouted by the Knights, and they did not fall for it.
First turnover on downs by the Rangers, so they can't cash in on the Elkins fumble. And the Knights still maintain a 7-point lead with 8:33 remaining in the third quarter. Keeper for Jonathan Giles, and Giles into the open field. One man to beat. Reverses his field, comes this way.
Good
down
block.
to the 30. Giles to the 10. Giles to the end zone. Touchdown. There is a flag down at the 31 in Ranger territory. It's coming back.
That's a bad call. It was a great block placed right there.
Yeah, that was a very clean block. He got there. if that's what they're going to call the flag on that block.
It's a bad call, yeah, you're right. And so as he has the keeper, I mean, Elkins just does a great job of blocking downfield, and Clements just over-pursues the ball.
Personal foul on the Knights.
And as 20
going to come right here, number 3 blocking 11.
As it comes back, boom, just kind of catches him.
But he got inside of him. It
was a great block, yeah.
He hit him with his shoulder, on his shoulder.
46-yard run, then the personal foul. And I do want to correct myself. I said no.
Yeah, that was a
personal
great
foul headshot.
Yeah, that's just something that they didn't catch, but they saw his. When you see the bottom of somebody's cleats,
yeah,
you just kind of expect somebody got hit hard.
He just got blindsided.
Yeah.
He hit him up top, hit him clean, and just flipped him over.
I said when running down the stats that Elkins did not have any penalties. They had a face mask for 15 yards back in the first half. This a 15-yarder on the personal foul. So it drops Elkins back to their own half of the field. They'll scrimmage from their own 49-yard line, leading 21-14, negating that huge touchdown run by sophomore Jonathan Giles.
Beautiful run by Giles he ran about 250 yards.
Oh, and he crossed up some of the Rangers so bad that they were actually blocking for him.
On the ground, Timothy Jackson. Jackson slides down close to the first down marker at the 41-yard line.
And when you see Giles, cross up some people like that, Jackson gets in the game. He's like, I can't have Giles go out there and start crossing up people. I got to get out there and do the same thing.
We'll give him 9.5 yards on the run. Giles will operate out of the shotgun. 2 receivers, top of your screen. 1 man in motion. Korshapid. Handoff again to Jackson. Jackson falls down at the 31-yard line. Gain of 10 and a first down.
Clements' worst enemy right now is overrunning the football. That's what they've been doing all night long. These backs for Elkins have just been making cutbacks. They have so many cutback lanes that they can hit. Watch as he hits and approaches the line. He sees a huge cutback lane there because Clements clearly over-pursued.
Keeper for Giles on 1st and 10. Giles makes 1 man miss. Flag is thrown. Giles inside the 10. Angled out of bounds by Graham Duncan. Penalty marker back at the 25-yard line. Could be holding on Elkins.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a hold downfield.
Clements is catching some breaks defensively with these offensive penalties, if this is indeed on Elkins. Should be, because Elkins is back where the flag is and not inside the 10 where Giles ran out of bounds. Another 15-yard penalty for an illegal block. 3 penalties, 45 yards. 2 penalties, 30 yards in this offensive series. A loss back to the Ranger 41-yard line in penalties. So no gain on the run for Giles, all coming back to a 15-yard illegal block penalty. Bottom of your screen, lined up.
Should have been a 5-yard.
Kidsey.
Should have been a 5-yard gain for him.
Handoff, Jackson hit in the backfield. His knee hit down at the 45. All right, so we'll adjust to give Giles the 5-yard run. Jackson to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, as soon as he gets the handoff, Clements did a good job of getting in the backfield, and he slips, but not too sure. Has somebody kind of blocking his knee there. We weren't able to tell if it actually hit the ground or not.
2nd down from the 45. Elkins needs to get to the 21-yard line. Giles will throw. Fire it deep over the middle. And that was a push-off, but nonetheless, pass falls incomplete intended for Jamon Moore as we go down to the field and check in with Roger.
Guys, give me a hand signal. You want me to tell you something? Unfortunately, my little earpiece isn't working. I was going to say that in the pregame show, Coach Brantley so effusively praised his quarterback, Jonathan Giles, just a sophomore, and showing such great maturity, not just in the way he plays on the field, but the way he conducts himself off the field. and he's played mistake-free, very sound decisions. I'm just very impressed with this sophomore quarterback.
And Giles is tripped up in the backfield on 3rd down and long. Coming in to make the trip up was Jim Nork, who scored a touchdown offensively back in the first half. That'll force Elkins to make a decision here on 4th down. A yard picked up on the run by Giles, but it'll be well short of first down yardage.
I'm really impressed how Clements was able to come back off that huge run by Giles. He seemed like they would be deflated and exhausted after a play like that, but they were really able to bow their back and stop Elkins from scoring.
Rangers are not playing for the punt. Giles back deep to punt it away. Had a punt back in the first half of 47 yards. This will be his 2nd of the night. And personnel late coming on the field for the Knights on the special teams in Lawrence Hall.
How do you not know if you're on the punt team or not?
Man, it happens, man, because you're not paying attention. You look it up in the crowd, talking to your mama, and say, hey, mama, give me some nachos.
Giles with a low line drive kick.
Actually, that's a good punt.
That stays inbounds and
it's a really good punt.
Rolls out at the 13-yard line, a 31-yard punt.
He got in the game.
Coming up next Saturday, we'll make the trip east to Beaumont. Thomas Center, the setting for District 21 5A football as the LaPorte Bulldogs match up against the Westbrook Bruins. We'll come on the air at 5:45 next weekend right here on Fox Sports Southwest.com. 5:31 remaining in quarter number 3, 21-14 in favor of the Elkins Knights. Rangers begin in their own, inside their own 15, and the handoff to Cobb out across the 20 to the 21 for a gain of 8 on first down. DeMarcus Cobb now over the 100-yard mark, 22 carries, 106 yards, and a touchdown.
The Rangers have done a great job running the ball tonight, and it's something that they just need to continue to stick with. They haven't been able to throw the ball. There's no reason why they should throw the ball. There's plenty of backs that they've been running to get positive yards every time they get the ball.
2nd down and 2, Rangers on their own 22. Back on the ground, Cobb this time, he is pulled from behind, back at the 21-yard line.
Cobb on the carry again, good for no yards.
Coming in to make the tackle, Umoja Imari, senior defensive tackle.
It's going to bring up the 10th 3rd down. They've only converted on 3 of the previous, and got to improve on that stat if you want to win in the district campaign.
3rd down and a long 2. Play fake and a handoff. Cobb with a first down across the 25, out to the 29-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and another Ranger first down on the 3rd down conversion. That is their 4th 3rd down conversion here tonight.
13 first downs so far for Clements, and just steady diet of the run game. It's been what's been working for him.
Coming down to the 4-minute mark remaining in the 3rd quarter. No scoring so far here in the third 12 minutes. 21-14 Knights, District 23 5A opener. Handoff, Salazar. Salazar off left tackle to the 35-yard line. Another big run. Good, healthy, chunky yardage picked up on first down by the Rangers. Salazar good for 5.
I mean, if they can continue to hold, have possession of the ball, continue to keep the clock running, they can stay in this thing, get down there, score. They've been doing a great job on first down.
Rain still coming down, not as hard as before here at Ken Hall Stadium. 2nd down and 5. Salazar to the 39-yard line. 2 yards shy of a first down. 3rd down and short, forthcoming for the Rangers.
Salazar on the carry again for another 4 yards.
This offensive line, you have to give Clements credit. They've done a great job. I mean, because Elkins' defensive line they have good size on them, but they've been standing them up, and it's so difficult for defensive linemen to try to get in the backfield when you stand up so tall. And for some reason, Elkins, as soon as the ball snapped, they're standing straight up.
3rd down and a yard. Salazar the lone setback. Keeper for the sophomore Harfield, and he will just run over his center Cameron Bain and get a first down to the 42.
Up into this game this season, Elkins only given up about an average of 170 yards a game, and they've given that up on the ground in 3 quarters to the Rangers.
First down and 10. Rangers trail by 7. Touchdown run by DeMarcus Cobb, a touchdown pass from Harfield to Nork. And they look to tie things up here in the third. Run to Salazar. Salazar cannot escape the grasp of Marco McDaniel coming in from his outside linebacker spot. No gain on the play as Salazar stopped at the line of scrimmage.
No yards, brought down at the line of scrimmage by number 44, Marco McDaniel.
So this time, Elkins able to get the stop at the line of scrimmage on a Ranger first down.
And they changed it up a little bit. They went to the outside stuff going in between the tackles, which has been effective for them.
Second down and 10. Moore in motion. Play fake to him, hand off to Cobb. DeMarcus Cobb falls down just short of the 45-yard line, gaining. Well, let's be generous and give him 2. But nonetheless, it brings up third down and long for Clements, trailing by 7 with 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
And Clements has converted on 2 third down attempts in this drive, but they were third and short. This is about a 3rd and 8.
Harfield 3 of 6, 17 yards and a touchdown, also an interception. 3rd and 7 for the Rangers on their own 47-yard line. Check it, though, 44-yard line. Fake on the pitch. And a handoff to Henderson. Henderson out to the 48-yard line for a 4-yard run. See what the approach is here for Keith Knowles. They will go for it, needing to get to the 48-yard line in Elkins territory. Scott Flolid to the top of your screen, splits out as a receiver. Bottom of your screen, Trevor Moore. On 4th down and a short 5. Handoff to Moore on the fly sweep. He turns the corner. Moore will get a first down for the Rangers inside Knights territory to the 44-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play.
Good job of Moore of bowing out. Watch Moore as he takes the handoff here. Good job of bowing out around that defensive end, and then he makes a move there and then sees exactly where the first down marker is, and he gets upfield to secure the first down.
The Elkins Knights doing an outstanding job forcing 4th downs in this game, but they're not stopping them when Clements goes for it on 4th down. That's 4 of 5.
And another thing that you mentioned was that they keep faking it, that jet sweep with the man in motion. Yeah. Normally it's been Michael Wang. Trevor Moore got it this time. They actually gave it to him. And that is the end of the third with the score 21-14 Elkins. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center.
Come to Texas Emergency Care Center. We're a licensed, freestanding emergency room open 24 hours a day, every day. Whether it's a broken bone or chest pain, the doctors and staff at Texas Emergency Care Center specialize in emergency medicine. We're ready and waiting, so you don't have to. At Texas Emergency Care Center, you'll be seen in minutes. We're open 24/7 in Pearland, Cypress, and Atascocita. Find us online at txercare.com.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
Start of the fourth quarter. Handoff to Marcus Cobb, pulled down in the backfield. Coming in to make the stop, Asheris Idi Amin. Loss of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Michael Silvers, Brent Moody, Jarrell Branch, Roger Smith with you. Hall Stadium in Missouri City, start of the fourth quarter. 21-14 Elkins. 26 carries for DeMarcus Cobb. 113 yards and a touchdown. 2 receivers, Michael Wang in the slot to the top of your screen. Handoff to Cobb, and Cobb is tripped up again by Idi Amin.
Good job by Idi Amin to get upfield. That's something that they practice, when you have mat drills, you do a bunch of bear crawls. He did a good job of being on all fours and keeping his body up and finding the ball.
3rd down and 11 for the Rangers.
It's funny.
Neither team scored in the third quarter.
You do all those little drills, you don't know how they'll help, but I mean, definitely it comes in handy.
This Ranger offense averaged 243.9 yards of total offense in 2011. They came in just under 270 yards of total offense through 3 games. 3rd down and 11. Handoff, Cobb. Cobb in pursuit.
Good move.
And the Knights stop him.
Elkins did a great job there. It seems like as soon as the quarter changed, they've gotten their mind defensively saying, okay, we need to go ahead and make a stop because they're taking up way too much time.
Karee Renchie on the tackle. Punt team comes out for the Rangers, led out by Blake Thompson. Thompson had a 35-yard punt earlier back in the first half. Back deep to receive is Kidsey for Elkins.
It's going to be important here that Clements gets down the field to cover because Elkins has many explosive players, and as we've seen earlier, they've had a couple big explosive plays.
Thompson kicking into the wind and kicking away from Kidsey. His punt takes a Ranger bounce and rolls out of bounds at the 19-yard line for a 25-yard punt. So inside the 20, Knights will come back out on offense, leading 21-14.
Yeah, the Ranger defense has to come out here and step up once again, get the ball back for the offense. They can't give up more points if they want to keep their team in this.
Yeah, they've got to stop over-pursuing the ball as well. That's one thing that's been hurting them. Their cutback lanes are way too big.
Giles hit Moore 68 yards for a touchdown. Then Giles threw a second touchdown, 56 yards to Kidsey. And then it was Timothy Jackson from 11 yards out.
Yeah, and with the wind at his back, I think they're probably going to try to air it out here on 1st down.
And there's no more rain coming down.
Out of the shotgun, Giles on a keeper, takes it this side. Flag is down. Giles across the 30. Giles into the open field. Jonathan Giles making Rangers miss. Will this be all for naught, though?
Probably so.
Giles leaps to the pylon. He's going to be ruled down inside the 1, but it's coming back for a hold.
Going to be a holding.
He's done so much. I mean, literally, he's running 800 tonight on 2 plays. He has such – look at this move right here, and he just, gets him tripped up.
He jukes so hard, he almost gives himself a whiplash.
It's so effective, and that's one thing. You can't look at a player's head. You can't look at a player's shoulders. You have to keep your eyes locked in on the belt. The belt's not going anywhere. All that other movement is unnecessary when you're a defensive player.
Let's check in downstairs. Here's Roger Smith.
You know, while we have a moment here, I know baseball is the farthest thing from the Elkins Knights' mind right now, but when we visited with Philip O'Neill at halftime, he said one of the toughest things was getting all the names and faces straight. Well, Elkins' proud baseball program has a new head coach, and that's Tyler Porter. In fact, he is an Elkins grad, and when you think about the heritage that the Elkins baseball program has, it's really proud. They have so many guys in the pros. James Loney, formerly of the Dodgers, is now playing first base for the Red Sox. Matt Carpenter is with the Cardinals. Tyler Carpenter, his brother, is with the New York Mets organization. And we got a pitcher, Kip Wells, formerly of Pittsburgh. Now I think he's with the Padres. So a very proud history for Elkins baseball. And some of these athletes on the football team I know will make the baseball team better.
State championship for the Knights in baseball back in 1995 when they were just barely open.
Yeah, they've always been strong in baseball.
Because they came from Clements.
Preach.
The loss on the hold drops the Knights back to the 10.
And, you know, Giles has to appreciate how long they took to make that call after he just ran 100 yards.
Right. At least, look, call
it's
time
like,
out.
Call time out, please.
Somebody get a cramp.
Let me hand the ball off like 3 times.
1st down and 20. Knights will scrimmage from their own 10-yard line. 9:37 left to play at Hall Stadium on this Saturday night. Game was originally scheduled to begin at 6, but was delayed almost a full hour due to lightning in the area. And you heard Philip O'Neill, the athletic director of Fort Bend ISD, tell us at halftime, 12-mile radius.
Giles could be leading the Houston area and rushing for a quarterback if he didn't have so many holding calls on every one of those big plays.
Timeout, Elkins. They lead 7.
Footage was captured at a local grocery store. This man just took money from his bank that wasn't in his account. Did you catch it? Let's see that again. There. He just got 10 cents back for every $10 or more purchase on his debit card with cashback counts checking from Community Bank. Imagine a bank that actually pays you to use your debit card. Swipe all you can from your bank. Community Bank of Texas. Bank where you live.
How about an ale? Bigger. No, bigger still. Ah. It's good to be king. This fall, experience king-size dining, shopping, merriment, and more at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets are on sale now at Randall's, Walgreens, Wood Forest National Bank, and online at TexRenFest.com. The Texas Renaissance Festival. Choose your own adventure.
After the timeout, and after the holding call negating that huge touchdown run by Jonathan Giles for the second time tonight, 1st and 20 for Elkins. And a drop snap. Giles will improvise and he'll pay the price. Tackled back at the 6-yard line.
Clements has the football, but looks like they called him down. They blew the play down.
Jim Nork on the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like he was already down.
Nork has made plays defensively, has a touchdown catch. 21-14 Elkins. But it's 2nd down and 22 from their own 7-yard line. Handoff, Timothy Jackson. Or was that German Aloma?
Like 3-6. Steven Dargen.
So I was wrong on both. Wouldn't be the first time. Getting the 3 yards back, though.
You know, Elkins has just been killing themselves with these penalties all night long.
Especially here in the second half.
Yeah, and that's something that you just can't continue to go through in the season if you want to make it into the playoffs.
3rd and 20. The Knights need their own 29 to continue this drive. Play action pass. Giles throws it deep, looking for Jamon Moore. And it is picked off by Mercer at midfield.
Outstanding interception there by Mercer to keep his focus as he's falling to his back. That's why he practiced the tip drill. He got that one tipped up in the air, and as he's falling down, is able to haul it in.
And as much as I've talked about these defensive backs tonight getting beat downfield, Mercer just did a great job of going up there confidently and snagging that ball.
Bobbled it.
Looked
with
it in.
Great poise to see, yeah, absolutely. To
just like a receiver.
Maintain possession. So can the Rangers turn this turnover into points? They're winning the turnover margin here tonight. They have 1 turnover, while the Knights have 2. But the Rangers haven't been able to cash any of these turnovers in for points. The Knights were able to turn that interception that was thrown by Harfield, picked off by Renchie, in for 6.
Elkins did a great job of providing a huge wall right there, preventing Clements from getting any positive yards in that play.
Cobb rushes for a yard.
When this is exactly what Clements wants with just under 8 minutes left in the game. As slow as their offense operates, just chips away at the defense. They're not going to leave much time for Elkins if they can drive down and score.
Offset I formation. Sophomore Harfield hands it off to Cobb. Cobb lowers his shoulder and barrels his way down to the 45-yard line. They will give him 6 on that running play, 3rd and short.
Cobb has such a great hesitation. Watch Cobb here as he gets the ball. Watch his feet stutter. He stutters there, and then he takes off. He has a great job of seeing the hold, but knows when to delay and when to stop.
There's some extracurriculars after that play, and somebody from Clements said something. And number 20 from Elkins, as he's pulling his teammate away from the pile, he just turns around and pointed at the scoreboard and just didn't even say anything.
But for how long will that score remain that way? Here's 3rd down and 4 from the Elkins 45. Delay handoff, Cobb. Cobb lost the football. He coughs it up, and the Knights have recovered. Falling on the loose ball, Marco McDaniel.
Just fighting for extra yards there, and he's held out by one of the Knights. And as they was trying to bring him to the ground, somebody got in there from the back and put a helmet on it and just popped that ball right out of his grasp.
He totally spun completely around. But when your back is to the defense right there, it's going to be trouble. And his arm was barely hit. He just didn't really have a good grasp on that football.
Looked like that was Cole Pierre. knocking it loose from the senior running back. And the defense will have to come up big again for the Rangers.
Yeah, Giles is running out there like, y'all want to not hold this time?
No, he looks exhausted still.
Touchdown could very well put this game away. Shotgun snap to Giles. He hands it off to Timothy Jackson.
Wow.
There's a fumble.
And
Did the Rangers get it back? They did.
Wow.
What a turn of events. Fumble by Cobb, fumble by Jackson, and after all that, the Rangers get it back. Second fumble.
Watch as he gets the ball. He just never, his lineman was in the backfield, and he hit and ran into his lineman, and that's where the ball was able to break loose there.
So the Rangers will get another chance. 0 for 2 on turning turnovers into points tonight. 6:39 remaining at Hall Stadium, 21-14 Elkins. Play action. Harfield drugged down from behind. Coming back on the sack from the blind side, Tobena Okiki. A loss out to the 41 of 3 yards.
I'm wondering how there's never a hold called here on number 72.
Atef Ellie Watt trying to protect his quarterback, but to no avail. And we've seen some great defensive adjustments from the first half to the second half because we have seen no points.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, granted, some of those have been called back due to penalty. Harfield will throw into the wind, throws over the middle, and is almost intercepted. An ill-advised pass.
Yeah, threw behind his receiver and threw it into 3 Elkins Knights defensive players.
Idi Amin and McDaniel were there for Elkins. One of them could have picked that one off, but it looked like they collided with each other, and the ball fell incomplete. That brings up 3rd down and 14 for the Rangers.
As a quarterback, you can't hesitate, and that's what he did on that play. He kind of hesitated, and then he decided to go ahead and let it rip, and his initial mind was don't throw the ball, and that's what he should have gone with on that play.
Could have thrown the ball, just not where he threw it. There was an open player on the left side of the field, and he tried to force it into a small window.
3rd down and 14. Handoff Cobb into the open field. DeMarcus Cobb will get a first down at the 27-yard line. Picking up 11. Check it. Down to the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 yards.
6 of 14 on 3rd down attempts now. And that's 16 first downs for the Clements Rangers.
Just a huge hole there for Cobb to run through to get that first down. The linemen have done a great job of adjusting, especially on that play to get downfield. Everybody had a hat on an Elkins night.
1st and 10 for the Rangers. DeMarcus Cobb with the cutback inside the 20, trying to atone for that fumble. Picks up another 9 yards. Another big gain on first down here in the second half for the Clements Rangers.
Yeah, he's definitely holding the ball with 2 arms as he's going through there. Looks like he had the opportunity to actually bounce that to the outside, but he's always conscious about the cutback.
Inside the red zone for a 2nd down and 1. I believe this is the first time either team have been in the red zone here in the second half. 2nd down and a yard. The give to DeMarcus Cobb. He'll get the first down to the 15.
I'm surprised Elkins really hasn't adjusted because you can tell where Clements is running the ball because they overload to one side. I'm waiting to see if they're going to go ahead and have somebody come off that backside. Looks like the end wants to, but he doesn't want to lose containment just in case there's a reverse or something like that.
4:47 left to play here at Hall Stadium tonight. District 23 5A opener for both schools. And a 7-point lead for the Elkins Knights. Lone setback is Cobb with 2 receivers in the lineup. 1st down and 10. Cobb to the outside. Cobb out of bounds.
He saw it late. He saw that outside.
Flag is down at the 14-yard line.
It's probably going to be on Clements.
Officials discussing inside the 15-yard line. Bo Miller is our referee tonight. Wow, that's a killer.
I wish we could. Let's see where the illegal block is.
That's a 15-yard penalty, too. Such the inopportune time to commit that type of penalty that drops them out of the red zone, drops them back to the ninth 30-yard line. First down and 25.
The penalty must have came on the line because I couldn't see it anywhere.
Salazar eaten up in the backfield by Tabena Okiki.
Great play by Tabena Okiki.
Loss of 3.
I mean, he just blasted through the offensive lineman.
Salazar on the carry that time to the Rangers.
Lost of 3 back to the 33. And Clements looking so well on this drive and then starts going backward. They haven't had a lot of success in the air, but they're going to have to air it out.
Well, the story of the second half have been penalties. That has played
for
a role,
both teams.
A significant role in the second half. Second down and long, Hartfield with a pump fake. Airs it out for Trevor Moore. And there's a flag down.
Yep, they're going to get 10 with the pass interference.
Cole Pierre on the coverage for Elkins.
I didn't see it. It looked like he defended it very well.
At any rate, it would be an automatic first down.
He's going for the ball.
Yeah, I don't see, and it's not a catchable ball anyway.
It's almost catchable for him.
Right, yeah. It need to wave that off.
They don't have the benefit of a replay.
That's it. Holding on defense in the collegiate and collegiate and high school level is a 10-yard penalty. Another big penalty on Elkins. 65 yards on 5 penalties. They have not gotten a 5-yard penalty in this entire game. It's been 10 or 15 yards. We talked about it earlier. They were penalized 18 times in their win over Westbury last Thursday. 18 times for 180 yards. So they'll mark off the penalty, and Clements will get another chance.
They'll repeat second down.
So it won't be an automatic first on the pass interference because there wasn't pass interference.
They're saying it's first.
Yeah, it's wrong.
So you wonder if they have to back up the chain. So it is going to be a first down.
The defensive penalty results in an automatic first down.
Right there. You hear from the public address announcer, we were right. 3:24 left to play in the fourth quarter of a 21-14 Elkins lead. But will that lead evaporate on this series from the Clements Rangers? Neither team have scored in the third or this here in the fourth quarter. Mayock to the top of your screen. Bottom of your screen, Trevor Moore. Handoff to DeMarcus Cobb. And Cobb inside the 10. First down to the 8-yard line.
No, it's something that, just going back to what Brent was saying earlier as far as Elkins and giving up all these yards that they're not used to giving up. I mean, Clements has really been pounding them on the ground, and that's not something that this Elkins team is used to.
Yeah, in 3 games they gave up 294 yards on the ground. And Cobb has got 150.
First and goal from the 8. Handoff Cobb. Cobb stays on his feet. Has to protect the football. Takes it down. Forward progress stops short of the 5.
They've got to whistle as forward progress sooner than that. That's a good way to get a kid hurt.
Cobb came in having rushed just for 35 yards. In Clements' last game against Lamar Consolidated, had 292 for the season. He's got 163 on 20, make it 35 carries and a touchdown as he looks to score his second touchdown if they give him back the ball. Second down and goal from just outside the 5. Steady dive to DeMarcus Cobb, and this time Elkins able to stop him at the line of scrimmage. It was Okiki again making a sure-handed tackle.
They got to get somebody else involved in the offense. They can't just expect to give him the ball 35, 36 times a game.
Well, they have mixed up with Salazar and Samwell.
And Samwell needs to get back in the game. I'm surprised he's not in the game. He's been very, very effective for Clements, but they haven't been putting him in.
Inside the final 2 minutes of regulation here at Hall Stadium. Cobb the lone setback. 2 tight ends in the lineup. On the delay, DeMarcus Cobb in trouble, and down he goes for a loss back to the 9.
Cobb loses the yard on the play. Brought down to the backfield by number 45, Ashura Stadium.
And you almost have to go for it here. You don't know if you're going to get the ball back.
Elkins has done a great job of blowing up when they needed to throughout the entire game.
Idi Amin with the tackle. 4th down and goal. The Rangers will talk it over. We'll step aside and return after these messages. 7-point advantage for Elkins.
Hey, big dog. Listen, son, your 20s, gosh, they can be such a magical time.
Wait, what? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, Kevin. Keisha, you made my car insurance super easy to understand. What are they talking about?
They're kicking you out.
What?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a walk-in closet.
But I just graduated.
A dojo.
Oh!
Son.
Gross.
I'll help you pack.
Agents make insurance easier. Get to a better state. State Farm.
You a fanatic? Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
So the fate of the ball game rests on a 4th down and goal for the Clements Rangers and the Elkins Knights. 4th and goal from the 9. Harfield, fade route to the end zone.
Touchdown.
Out of bounds. It was caught, but out of bounds was Luke Mayock. He ran out of bounds, came back in, made the catch. The officials had his down just outside of the end zone.
Let's watch it here to see if we have it.
You'll see it.
Yeah, he's definitely out of bounds, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely out of bounds.
Keith Knowles is arguing that
he was forced out by
which is okay.
Elkins, but he's out on his own right there.
Yeah, it was a good call.
A great job by our replay guys.
Great job.
Keith Knowles isn't done, but the Rangers have 2 timeouts left, but that may not be enough. Shotgun for Jonathan Giles. Handoff out of the shotgun. Timothy Jackson on the run. Rangers will call a timeout. Stopping the clock with 1:11 to play in the 4th quarter.
Jackson on the carry for the Knights, good for 1 yard. Timeout taken by the Rangers.
Saturday Night Football, presented by Texas Emergency Care Center, is a production of the Legacy Sports Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Legacy Sports Network and Fox Sports Southwest is strictly prohibited. This game is being produced by Scott Sullivan, directed by Matt Broussard, and our technical crew are Kelly Carlquist and Jeff Slahetka. The executive producer of the Legacy Sports Network is Jim Barton. Our Raising Cane's players of the game. For the Clements Rangers, DeMarcus Cobb. And for the Elkins Knights, Jonathan Giles. With these achievements, Raising Cane's proudly salutes our players of the game.
As the rain comes back, as we have to go to the car.
One of us was smart enough to bring an umbrella.
And one of us will be smart enough to get under that umbrella and walk with you outside. Here's Giles on a keeper, gets the first down.
He fumbled.
And he fumbled the ball. Did the Rangers get it back? They say they did. They did get it back. Giles coughs it up, puts it on the carpet. The Rangers have recovered, and we are not done yet.
And
They have an injured player on the field.
the Elkins faithful that were heading to the car when the rain started to pick back up have turned around and started to come back to the stands after they heard that announcement.
See how he has his ball on the inside hand? He has the ball in the wrong hand, and that's why they teach you not to put the ball on the inside. And good job of stripping it right there. Who was that?
Scott Samwell.
Scott Samwell, who should have been running the ball.
When he's
Doing
running
it
with the ball
defense.
loosely, even if he's got it to the inside, when he's surrounded by that many blue jerseys, if he tries to move it, then it's easier to strip. He's got to tuck it in regardless.
Well, yeah, but as soon as he gets that ball and you head to this direction on the field, you got to have it in the outside arm.
Rangers have one timeout in their pocket. DeMarcus Cobb will be the running back. I formation. Henderson in as the fullback. Play action pass. The sophomore Harfield over the middle, caught by Trevor Moore at the 15-yard line. And then he'll be thrown back behind the first down marker, so it'll be second down on the reception of 9 yards.
That's one of the better throws we've seen from Cole tonight. It was a bullet right into his chest, into Moore's chest, and the rain is really coming down hard. That was a great pass.
Second down and 2. Harfield hands it off to Cobb. Cobb to the outside. They'll be close. Ball came out again, but he's down by contact. 26 seconds left. Rangers did not call a timeout after the pass completion, did not go for a first down, so now they stop the clock with their final timeout with just 26 seconds remaining. And they still didn't get a first down as Cobb was stopped for no gain. Well, fellas, is this a close game for you?
This is good, man. This is one of the better games we've seen all year long.
One of the better games we've seen in a regular season for a while.
Last couple of games, we've seen two teams put up 63 points. Katy with a 63-10 win over the Woodlands 2 weeks ago. Last week, Decaney 63-14 win over Klein Oak. Klein Oak were...
I thought Decaney put up more than 63.
No, 63. They lost last night as well, upset by Klein Forest.
What?
Klein Oak were hammered again by Klein Collins.
Klein Collins looks legit.
Yeah, they are. Very legit.
Third down and 1. And a keeper for Harfield. Harfield down to the 10, but they got to get quickly back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop for the first down just to clock the ball.
I don't think Harfield expected to get that many yards on that play.
And he does spike it, but there is a flag thrown. Perhaps
They're gonna call.
The offense wasn't set.
It's going to be on Elkins because he...
Nope. Called on Clements. They weren't set offensively when
Get a
Harfield.
false start on the clock play.
The Rangers can get a first down if they can somehow get the ball inside the 1.
I feel like I've seen this before.
Reminiscing about the good old days. And they clocked the ball. I'm not sure if he had to.
After the penalty, the clock stopped.
What was that about?
So now you just lost it down.
Well, it's going to be second down. And yeah.
That's on your coach. That's all.
No, it's going to be second down and 15. I don't know if Harfield thought the clock would move when the whistle sounded. So I guess he played it safe. So it is second down and 15 now. 21 seconds on the board. 21-14 Elkins. All scoring done in the first half. I formation. Pass left, that was batted and incomplete.
Deflected at the line of scrimmage and almost picked off.
Third down. He was going to go Mayock's way.
I believe that was 89 with the
problem with that, he never stepped.
interception.
He just stood straight up. He didn't really step back. Now, that's just good defense. I thought at first he didn't really step back enough to get that ball out, but it was good defense on the part of Elkins.
15 seconds remaining. Third down and 15 yards to go. But it's essentially goal to go. Harfield throws to the end zone on the run, and it is knocked away. Great defensive play.
He could have tucked that thing.
Darren Ardoin on the pass intended for Trevor Moore. Now the down marker says fourth down.
Watch as he rolls out. He has a lot of green there just to go ahead and run the ball. He could have run and
Public address announcer
Public
said
address
that was a
announcer
turnover on
yeah.
downs.
But that was just third. This is fourth.
Folks, I apologize. It's fourth down.
There we go. Public address announcer atones for his mistake.
And you have to sometimes admit when you're wrong. And he did a great job there of doing that.
I've never once experienced that.
At all.
So here we go. 10 seconds left. It is fourth down. They could get a first down if they could somehow muster the ball down inside the 1.
They don't have enough time.
They've got to go to the end zone. It's basically that's what it's going to be. Trevor Moore will sit this play out. A little shaken up, but up on his feet, walking to the sideline under his own power, which is always a good sign.
So what play do you call here?
Throw to the end zone.
Oh, of course you throw to the end zone, but what play do you call to get to the end zone?
I like the idea of the rollout.
I like it. Yeah, I thought it looked good too.
But you limit yourself to just one side.
I think you throw a throwback. You roll out to one side and just throw it back.
Here we go. Fourth down and goal. Fade route thrown by Harfield. And again, out of bounds was Mayock. Great defensive play by the cornerback, Cole Pierre. And Elkins will survive.
I don't know. He's pushed out the entire time.
He wouldn't have, even if he could have caught it, he would have caught it out of bounds.
And the defensive back has every right to run down the field. He's looking back to the ball.
But you can't body him all the way down the field.
I don't think he could have caught the ball in bounds without a defender there.
One more play will be run, and that is victory formation for the Elkins Knights. Metter Staffing Services post-game show coming up. Final thoughts. Roger Smith down on the field will conduct an interview, and we'll talk about next week's game between LaPorte and Westbrook. That game will be in Beaumont at the Thomas Center. A snap back.
Really?
And a penalty called on Elkins. Well, it's been that type of second half, hasn't it?
It has. I mean, they've just really punished themselves, especially their poor quarterback, Giles. He's been running 200-yard,
Two touchdowns
sprints.
called back due to penalties in this second half for Elkins. Clements had turnovers, just could never cash them in. 3 turnovers by Elkins here in the second half, but the Rangers could not turn them into points. And that brings us to the end of this District 23 5A opener as the Clements Rangers tried all they could and as hard as possible. But at the end, the Elkins Knights come away with the 21-14 victory.
You mentioned how weird it was not having any bands here. Imagine how weird it is for these kids that just won. They're used to going over in front of the band, hearing their school song.
Well, we should point out that the Ranger band was not going to be here anyway. They had a scheduled contest. Elkins band came here, but during the weather delay, took their exit. And we will try to get Roger Smith down the field to chat with the head coach, the victorious head coach of the Elkins Knights, Dennis Brantley. Let's go down to Roger.
Coach Brantley, and hopefully also Jonathan Giles. Okay. Guys, are you ready for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Go.
Okay,
it's all
sorry,
yours.
I didn't hear you for a second there. Here with Coach Dennis Brantley, and after such a well-executed offensive first half, in the second half you had 4 turnovers, some spectacular plays that were called back that either went for touchdown or a first and goal. Which is more tired, your body or your emotions?
Probably my emotions. I'm very disappointed in refs, but I'm also disappointed in us, the way we did not take care of the football.
So what do you say to the guys when you get in the locker room? What's the thing that you're going to say first?
We're going to run Monday for every turnover. We're going to do a lot of running. That's what's going to happen first.
Well, I guess you got to pay the price for victory. Hey, Jonathan. Here we get Jonathan Giles over here, and Jonathan, very impressed with the way that you played. I know that you weren't happy with the way the offense turned it over 4 times in the second half, but you survived. What's more tired? Is it going to be your emotions or your body after a game like this?
I think it's going to be my body. After all them long runs, I think my body needs some rest.
Do you enjoy running, like punishment running?
Yes, sir. I love that.
Okay, well, I'm glad you love it because that's what's going to happen next week. Coach said that's what happens as a result of the turnovers. But the bottom line is you win your District 23 5A opener. What do you say to your teammates after a game like this?
Great win. You know, coming off first district game, you know, you just want to get off to a good start. Good win. Good win.
All right, Jonathan. Congratulations and good luck to you the rest of the way. All right, guys, so there you go. The Elkins Knights pull it off 21-14.
All right, thank you very much, Roger. Welcome into the Metter Staffing Services postgame show. Michael, Brent, and Jarrell with you. 21-14 the final. You heard Dennis Brantley. A coach's work is never done. That team is going to run for every turnover, but at the end of the day, they get the District 23 5A opening win against the Clements Rangers, Brent Moody, 21-14. It wasn't pretty. They got the job done.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty at all, and they could have won by a much bigger margin if it wasn't for the penalties offensively. Jonathan Giles had at least 2 runs that were 80-plus yards for touchdowns that were called back, and the blocks were away from the play. They weren't even necessary, and the kid was very impressive. I'm very impressed with the sophomore.
Indeed, just a sophomore too.
Just a sophomore, and I can't wait to see him next year because he's going to grow and mature throughout the entire year.
The Rangers came in with 9 turnovers, but they won the turnover battle tonight. They just couldn't cash any of them in for points.
Yeah, when you're getting turnovers like they were doing tonight, you got to get points on the board. You got to get a field goal, get in the end zone, something. They weren't able to get any points off of those turnovers, and that's really what came back to bite them in the end.
And Jarrell, these two teams are very, very young. May not see them in the playoffs, but you never know. When you have a team like Bush, you have a team like Travis, last year's state runners-up Hightower in this district, it will be tough.
Yeah.
But anything can happen.
Yeah, and Clements can't hang their head. They played a solid game because they played a solid team. Elkins had come into this game only giving up about 135 yards per game, and they were able to put a lot of yards up on the board. So now they know that they can run the ball, but it's the little things that they're going to have to work on all week so that they can bring this whole thing together and actually prepare for next year.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned that both of these teams are young, going up against the Hightowers and the Bushes in their district. That's just going to make them better next year when these young guys are upperclassmen.
All right, very good. When we come back to you next Saturday, it'll be from Beaumont and the Thomas Center. District 21 5A will be in the spotlight as the LaPorte Bulldogs visit the Beaumont Westbrook Bruins. So make sure you tune in for that, foxsportssouthwest.com, next Saturday night at 5:45. For Roger Smith, Brent Moody, Jarrell Branch, and our entire crew, Michael Silver saying so long from Hall Stadium in Missouri City. Elkins wins it 21-14.